Arizona Rattlers have officially completed the first half of the 2023 football season, and they find themselves in unfamiliar territory. The Rattlers right now with a 4-4 record get set to take on the 4-4 Vegas Nighthawks, a team tied with them in the Western Conference. These two teams tied for fourth place halfway into the season. You don't say that very often about an Arizona Rattlers team, but tonight a chance to make some amends. Coming off last week's big 60-34 victory over the defending champion Northern Arizona Wranglers, the Rattlers are getting set to take on a team and try and break that fourth place tie. The interesting thing right now this season, because of the parity in the Western Conference at 4-4, and in fourth place the Rattlers are still just one full game out of first place in the conference. So things are looking pretty good, especially when you consider that great performance in a big victory over Northern Arizona last week. Hi folks, welcome into the Snake Pit, Phoenix, Arizona, and tonight's broadcast of Arizona Rattlers football. Floyd Simmons and my broadcast partner right here, Dale Hellestray, the three-time Super Bowl champion. Dale, it's great to see you, great to have you, great to be here, and tonight, this is a big game for the Arizona Rattlers.
It really is, because last week a little bit of a turnaround. You know, we were worried about finishing games. Well, guess what? They started last week. They started last week. They really didn't have to finish. This team will give you fits. We'll get a chance to see if the Rattlers are ready to finish games midway through the season.
Well, Dale, as they get the crowd here at the Snake Pit fired up in downtown Phoenix, let's talk about a couple of things that are important to take note of. I mentioned one game out of first place, and I mentioned tied with the team they're going to play here tonight. So Vegas coming in has a lot to play for. There's no question about that. But how about a couple of other big notes? Halfway through the season, 8 games under their belt, the Arizona Rattlers have yet to win consecutive games this year. If they win tonight, it'll be the first time this entire season that they've won back-to-back games. And coming off of last week's big win over Northern Arizona, I got to feel like they have confidence they can accomplish that here tonight.
Well, it's one thing that you've come to be accustomed to with the Rattlers. They go on long winning streaks. We'll see if they can start another one tonight.
And now down on the field, time for the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Boy, they just keep outdoing themselves, the Arizona Rattlers do, with these great national anthem presentations, don't they, Dale? That was wonderfully done here on this Memorial Day weekend.
Tremendous job. I give it so much credit, not only to the national anthem singers, because you're out there, you miss one note, everybody hears it. Tremendous job, and obviously an armed services woman doing the job this evening.
Wonderful, and we hope you have a great Memorial Day weekend, everybody. Thank you for spending some of that with us here for tonight's broadcast of Arizona Rattlers football. Well, Dale, for a second week in a row, and I apologize right up front. I apologize to our viewers. I apologize to Coach Kevin Guy, but we've had technical issues again for a second week in a row getting that pregame interview that we always get with Coach Guy. But you and I have talked to him a lot here in the lead up to this game, and I'm going to let you do your best Kevin Guy impersonation for just a moment, Dale. I'm going to ask you a couple of questions that I think you might have some insight on that I might have asked Coach Guy had we been able to get that pregame talk with him just a little bit ago. So Coach Dale?
Yes.
As we approach this one here tonight and try to break a fourth-place tie in the Western Conference against the Vegas Nighthawks, I would lead with this. Last week, great performance in the first half by the Rattler defense. Boy, they were stellar in helping build a huge halftime lead against Northern Arizona. How about the play of this defense and maybe a couple of guys that really stood up to take charge on that side of the ball?
Yeah, Floyd, I really don't pay attention much to the first half. It's really, we didn't finish. In the second half, I really don't care what the score was, but we missed some tackles, missed some coverages. Second half, something we got to work on.
Okay, that's not quite the tone that I thought I might get in the pregame from Coach, but maybe some of the words.
I was talking about when we talked to him yesterday, when I tried to build up on my speech before the game.
Yes.
What a great game, and we had the second half.
And there is Coach right there. Good shot of him up on the screen as we try to conjure up a little Coach Guy here. And down on the field, the coin toss is going on right now. Well, let's grab some of that.
And can call the toys. This is our coin. Logo is heads, the teams are tails. Tails is the call. Houston, whenever you're ready. Tails is the call. It is a tail. Vegas, you've won the toss. You've elected to receive. Arizona, which way would you like to kick? Kick this way.
Also, when you have a great quarterback like Daquan Neal that Vegas has, you want to get the ball in his hands first. And when you saw what the Rattlers defense did last time, you want to see if you can break their back early. So Vegas is going to take the ball first here tonight, Dale, after the coin toss. I also was going to ask Coach Guy about his great quarterback, numero uno out there, Drew Powell. Drew, the reigning most valuable player in the league, and Drew he accounted for 8 touchdowns last week, rushed for 4 and threw for 4 more. Drew Powell is 1 rushing touchdown away from tying the all-time Arizona Rattlers rushing record and 2 rushing scores away from owning that record, and I bet you he wants to do that tonight here against Vegas at home.
And that's what makes him so dangerous, is the fact that he's an accurate thrower of the football, but it's those legs, I think, as an opposing coach, scare you to death because you always have that, and at times you don't have a guy for the quarterback. You're in coverage, you run around chasing wide receivers, and bang, you hear the crowd, you turn around, and there's Powell going on a long run. So that is a very dangerous weapon for the Rattlers, and they're not afraid to use it.
Let's bring in our third broadcast team member. She is patrolling out there on the field, and her name is Sandy Charles. Sandy, looking forward to a big one tonight here against Vegas.
Yes, thank you, Floyd. You mentioned last week's big win, and wow, that was fun for the fans, fun for this team, but specifically for defensive back Dylan Winfrey. I spoke to him, and he said that's the most fun he's had in a game since high school. I said, what are you working on tonight? He said his eyes. He said last week in the game, his eyes were off, and he was trying to do other people's jobs. They were either too high or too low. So tonight, he said, if I do my job, I focus on number 15, then the rest of the team can do their job. So look for that tonight, Floyd.
Thank you, Sandy. Looking forward to a big one tonight, and Dylan did have a great game last week, didn't he? You know, Coach Guy talked about Dylan and what he can do when the guys up front are starting to get pressure on the quarterback. All of a sudden, Dylan Winfrey's numbers, they become video game numbers, the way he's patrolling back there, and the takeaways, the steals, the interceptions that Dylan Winfrey gives this Rattlers club.
Well, and again, it works hand in hand. When the defensive line's getting pressure, defensive back will get those interceptions, those picks. In fact, the one thing about Dylan Winfrey that Coach Guy has expressed a couple times this year is that the only time he struggles a little teeny tiny bit is when he thinks too much. So he's got some young guys around him trying to get them lined up and make sure coverage and everything's perfect. So that's the only time he struggles a little bit. When he just plays, he said as good as anybody that's played in indoor football league.
About ready for the opening kickoff right here. I'm going to let you know, Dale, what my last question for Coach Guy was going to be after the kick. Here it goes. This one is going to hit, check up at the 2-yard line. It's fielded there Brought back to the far side of the field. Great coverage. Braxton Haley in coverage for the Arizona Rattlers, and he is going to drive. He's going to drive Malik Honeycutt into the walls, and that'll be a 1st and 10 right there at the 6-yard line. As you take a look at the offensive starters, now let's look at the defensive starters, shall we? We'll get a look at that for you here in just a moment. Now, we're going to look at the offense, aren't we? We'll get back to this right after this first play for the Vegas Nighthawks. Daquan Neal sets him up, takes the snap, and he'll fire left side. That pass is caught, and a nice shoestring tackle made. Short of a first down, about 8 yards, maybe 7 on the gain for the Nighthawks. That's Caleb Hawley. Caleb Hawley hauling in the pass over on the far side of the field. It'll be 2nd down and short coming up as we take a look at the defensive starters now for the Arizona Rattlers.
And there you see him. And again, the number 5, Jermaine Dubes did a nice job, open field tackle on that last play. And look at this physicality.
Look at that tackle as Day-Day gets involved early in this one. Devontae Merriweather steps up, and the bandit on that defense, that's the position that he plays. He is able to plant that face mask, and that'll be about a half a yard loss on the play. Back to the 13-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 3 right there for Vegas.
If nothing else, you just talk about the physicality of this defense. You have that new linebacker that's sitting in there, loves to play football, Cecil Cherry. Wants a new nickname, had an article written about him this week, 6'1", 225 pounds.
3rd down play, long pass caught, and a nice job of hauling that one in by Holly, and he's going to get a big 1st down. Boy, that is going to cover a lot of territory, all the way from the 13 of Vegas into Rattlers territory to the 17-yard line. So in the vicinity of 25 yards on the pass play, it'll be 1st down for the Nighthawks offense. And again, at the Arizona 17-yard line. Well, that was a perfect pass and a great job by Holly as he was able to cradle it in as he went into the boards, near side of the field. No score here. Opening possession for the Nighthawks. Neal across, and that's going to be off the receiver's hand. And then off of the defensive back as well, stepping up to try and maybe make that play was Jermaine Dobbs on an incomplete pass to Darius Geis.
One of the matchups I'm going to watch tonight, Floyd, we didn't get into it. It's not real sexy, but it's important. The center for the Vegas Nighthawks, Isaac Jackson, 6'5", 315 pounds. He's got his hands full, literally and figuratively, with Harold Love, who had himself one heck of a football game last week, and that's what the Rattlers are hoping to get from him every week.
Passing the 12-minute mark here in the first quarter in downtown Phoenix. Daquan Neal takes the snap, but they're going to stop everything with the flag down on the field.
Delay of game, offense, number 2. 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
So it will remain 2nd down, 2nd and 15 as they march it back outside the 20 to the 22-yard line for this Nighthawks offense. They come into the game 4-4 with a record on the season. Arizona 4-4 as well. These two teams tied for 4th place in the Western Conference. But Dale, as I mentioned, just one game out of 1st place where there's a tie at the top of the conference.
Yeah, not only that, but remember, Wade, when you're this tightly bunched up, there's all sorts of tiebreakers that come into play. So each of these division games are super, super important. I want to point out one other thing, Floyd. Last week, the Northern Arizona team went no back in the backfield. That's what Vegas is doing right now. Let's see if the Rattlers can put pressure on the quarterback.
Throw down left side toward the end zone. That's going to be over the boards and out of bounds. And Dylan Winfrey in coverage on that side of the field for the Rattler defense. Not Dylan, pardon me on that. Let's check it. On that side in coverage was Javon Jackson. He stayed step for step with the receiver. And the pass was incomplete. Well, this Rattlers team facing an offense that's going to go a lot of empty today. They expect that. But the Rattlers themselves, when they get the ball on offense, we're going to see the same thing, Dale, because the Arizona Rattlers are without their running back who's been so good for them in the last couple of weeks, Morian Walker. And they have had to install Jamal Miles in the backfield. I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of empty on that side. But first, Vegas, back to work. Neal tried to step up, has to bounce it outside, directing traffic as he throws across his body, and Dylan Winfrey is able to get a hand on that pass, and it's incomplete.
Harold Love's arguing for a holding call, and I'm pretty sure the flag's already on the ground.
Is he going to get it?
Boy, he did a really nice job on Isaac Jackson.
Holding offense, number 71. That penalty is 10 yards. Replay, third down.
I don't know if it was on number 71 right in the middle of your screen. That's it's hard to act like you weren't holding there, but Love again putting pressure up the middle, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket, forcing DeQuan Neal to go to his left, throw back to his right across the field, and now the pass falls incomplete, plus you had the penalty.
Another look at it a moment ago on the Nova Home Loans instant replay. Nova Home Loans is the official instant replay presenting sponsors of the Arizona Rattlers. We thank them for the partnership here. As we have no score, and with the penalty, they move the ball back into Vegas territory. The ball is at the 18-yard line. So it looks like 3rd and 25 by my counts. Geis in the backfield with Neal here on this 3rd down set. And a marker down. I believe that's going to be a false start in the middle. A little delayed snap. The receivers on the left side of the formation in motion got quite a bit past the line of scrimmage. They overlooked that, Dale, right? But you can't get too far down the field.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense, number 4. 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
I was kind of surprised because Harold Love was out of his stance. That's another thing that they do watch a little more closely than the receivers being offside. He had gotten out of his stance as a defensive lineman in the Indoor Football League. You have to have your hand on the ground when the ball is snapped.
So now we go past the 10-minute mark here in the first quarter. A long possession. Look at this. Vegas has burned 5 minutes and 10 seconds of clock, and they are on their own 13-yard line with their opening possession. They have gone backwards here. Neal down the sideline. He'll cut it back at midfield and then take a pretty good shot by Devontae Merriweather, and I think Cecil Cherry was there as well, giving chase, bringing the quarterback down. Good job by DeQuan to get a lot of that back, and it's going to be 4th down and 14 from this spot for that Vegas offense.
Well, good coverage downfield. That's why I had to tuck it and run it, but I want you to watch number 99, Harold Love. Watch him. Has no chance right here. He could run for days and not catch it, but he gets all the way down the field and gets himself on the film.
And he says, thanks for the cutback. So here comes the Vegas field goal try. This one will be a 38-yard effort. Snap and hold and the kick, plenty of leg. And it's going to be wide left. And that's a big stop to open up the game for the Arizona Rattlers defense, everybody. 8:54 on the clock, no score. And Drew Powell will bring that offense out here in just a moment. Stand by. This is Arizona Rattlers football.
Spooner has been revolutionizing our community's experience with physical therapy and hand therapy in the Valley since 1990. Spooner helps you move better and feel better. Through specialized rehabilitation, personalized treatment plans, and functional performance training, our therapists, athletic trainers, and strength coaches provide programming to help you achieve your movement goals in life and on the field. Our team is your team. Visit SpoonerPT.com to find one of our Valley-wide locations near you.
Bet Rivers has selected Pat from Pennsylvania.
Pat is a master of our new multi-game, same-game parlay, where you combine multiple same-game parlays in a single bet.
Bet Rivers Sportsbook app and football. It's a whole new game.
Do you own your home? You may qualify for a cash-out refinance. Cash for home renovations, paying debt, or for whatever you need most. Connect with your local loan officer at Nova Home Loans today and see what you qualify for. Rates are still historically low and home values have increased, which could mean more cash to you. Don't wait. Visit NovaHomeLoans.com today to get started. Nova Home Loans. Our mission is simple. Yes.
Welcome back in, everybody. Phoenix, Arizona, downtown Phoenix. We are at the Footprint Center, also known as the Snake Pit on Rattlers game days. The Phoenix Suns play their basketball here, the Phoenix Mercury as well, and tonight it is Rattlers football. No score as Arizona gets the benefit of a missed field goal, and we return to the action with 8:54 on the clock in the first period. Floyd Simmons along with my broadcast partner, Dale Hellestray. And here comes the man of the moment, Drew Powell, who performed so well last week in the victory over Northern Arizona, got his team 60 points on the board. And he'll hand it off on the first play on a sweep around the right side. That's Jamal Miles in the open field. There he goes! And on the first play from scrimmage, an Arizona Rattlers touchdown!
You know what, Floyd? I saw them working on that in pregame. It's just a little power. You know Jamal Miles is back there. We'll talk about him as the game goes along due to emergency insertion into the running back position. But we know he can't pass block for 50 throws in a game. But, boy, he can do that with his legs. Tremendous job by the line. And then Miles finished it off. What a turn of events.
Shane McInerney adds the point after for the Rattlers, and they get the first points today. Our score, Arizona 7, Vegas nothing. We're back in a moment with more Arizona Rattlers football.
BetRivers has selected Izzy from Illinois.
Izzy does her research using the BetRivers.com sportsbook app to access player and team stats.
Amazing. BetRivers Sportsbook app and football. It's a whole new game.
DJ Citizen Jane quit on her passion for music, she never would have left her career as a detective to pursue it. If she let starting at the bottom scare her, she never would have hustled to play bigger and bigger shows. And if she was content with being one of the best Latina artists in Miami, she wouldn't be electrifying the crowd in sold-out shows around the world. That's the fighting spirit. That's what makes a lion. Modelo, root for those with a fighting spirit.
Back to it, everybody. Welcome back here. And we bring you our coverage of Arizona Rattlers football. This home tilt for the Rattlers, one game out of first place. Tied with the team they're facing right now. Here's a squibber. Boy, that was a... I don't know how they got the worm burner out of a football, but they did. Geis picks it up, and he is going to cross the field and use that big stiff arm of his and get driven into the wall here across into Rattlers territory. Good field position coming up for the Vegas offense after Jamal Miles went untouched on the cutback, got some great blocking, and took that one to the house for the opening score just a moment ago. 7-0 Rattlers in front.
Yeah, he did a tremendous job. The line gets him out. Look at the wide receivers blocking downfield, man on a man, being physical with the secondary from Vegas. Usually wide receivers, they don't get a whole lot of credit, but that's 3 hats on 3 hats. And with Miles' speed and elusiveness, that's a touchdown.
Taquan Neal back on the field with his Vegas Nighthawks. They burned a bunch of clock in their opening possession just a few moments ago and produced no points out of it. Fake the handoff to Geis, and that is a tackle in the backfield. Great job on the penetration by Justin Thomas. The quarterback goes down. Vegas loses about 5 yards on the play. Big play there as we throw it to Sandy Charles, who's got Jamal Miles.
Thanks, Floyd. Jamal, a long run, a touchdown. What can you say about your offensive line that allowed you to do that touchdown?
Man, the offensive line did their job. They got engaged early, and my receivers did a good job on the perimeter getting their blocks. So it was just easy for me to just cut it up and just make the run.
Mindset, rest of the game, what is it for you?
You got to keep our foot on the gas. We know they can come back in any time in this game. They're a good team, so try to keep our foot on the gas.
Awesome. Thank you, Floyd.
Thanks, Jamal. Thanks, Sandy. And here comes DeQuan Neal. But first, a flag flies, and this one is going to be reset.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense, number 1. 5-yard penalty, first down.
A couple pre-snap penalties for Vegas. The crowd.
Correction, second down.
The crowd into it a little bit here early in the football game, and that's what the Snake Pit is known for noise and really distracting the opposition, doing a tremendous job early in this football game.
The ninth man has got to be accounted for. You know what do you think practice is like in the lead up for these teams? Do you think they're pumping music into the practices when they're getting ready to play the Rattlers?
You know, it's interesting. Every coach has his own philosophy. I'm sure that there are some who do, and there's some that don't.
Well, we'll find out what DeQuan Neal is going to do here on this one. Throws deep off the back foot, and a wonderful throw by DeQuan Neal. He is able to hit Caleb Hawley in stride. Boy, that was a big league throw and a touchdown for Vegas.
I want you to see the hit that Neal takes on this. Watch this as he lets go of the ball. That's a rib shot, and look at the accuracy of this football. What a job. You know you're going to get lambasted. You stand in there to the last second, you let your receiver come open, and you throw the ball right to where it needs to be thrown.
And who was that guy that put the big hit on him?
That was Mr. Cherry.
Cecil? Has he got a
Scary
nickname?
Cherry?
Scary Cherry.
And hold on, have we actually given him that yet?
I don't know. We're going to grab a timeout.
It's no good. Timeout.
You heard that kick, no good. Rattlers will maintain a lead right here. 5:40 on the clock, first quarter. Back in a moment, everybody. More Arizona Rattlers football straight ahead.
Do you own your home? You may qualify for a cash-out refinance. Cash for home renovations, paying debt, or for whatever you need most. Connect with your local loan officer at Nova Home Loans today and see what you qualify for. Rates are still historically low and home values have increased, which could mean more cash to you. Don't wait. Visit NovaHomeLoans.com today to get started. Nova Home Loans. Our mission is simple. Yes.
Every body is different. Some get injured, while others wear down. At Ortho Arizona, your unique condition is at the center of what we do. With over 20 locations and 70 physicians in the Valley, we offer orthopedic procedures, therapy, and athletic performance for the most important reason of all, getting you back to an active, pain-free life. Ortho Arizona, your destination for quality orthopedic care since 1994.
Ready for a change of course? Discover a desert oasis studded with greens. Tee off into narrow canyons or go long on wide open fairways. With a storied golf history and a long list of courses designed by the greats of the game, your perfect golf getaway is right here in Tucson, Arizona. Find out more at visittucson.org/golf.
Back to the Snake Pit, and a shot of the best cheerleading crew in the IFL, if I don't say so myself. That's a great look at the Sidewinders for you, everybody, as we get this first quarter rolling again, and the Rattlers are going to get the football back. So on the first play from scrimmage, the only play in this first 9 minutes and 20 seconds that we played in this football game, the only offensive play, the Rattlers did score a touchdown. Here's the ball fielded at the goal line by Isaiah Houston, gets a couple of nice blocks, picks his way across the 20, and then the 25-yard line. Well done on the return.
Trying to make sure I got the right number. We can get a replay of that. Mr. Weatherspoon. Watch him down here at the bottom of the screen. Hopefully you're going to be able to see him right there. He knocks somebody down. Then he goes down and gets somebody else. Boy, he loves to have guys like, I'm sorry, it's Mr. Merriweather. To those of you.
Devontae Day showing that not only is he an incredible defensive player, we know he's that. He's been a league defensive player of the year before, but right there he shows his prowess, open field blocking for Isaiah Houston's return, and the Rattlers set it up at the 24-yard line of Vegas. Back to throw. Ball released, soft touch, and a one-handed effort. It looks like it's hauled in. It is to the 1-yard line. What a catch by Isaiah Houston. He just reached up that left arm, Dale, and snuggled that beautiful pass right in for a big gain.
Again, you just take a look at the whole operation. Powell knows he's going to get hit. No running back in the backfield. Stays in. Look at the accuracy of this football. It can't be covered any better. Can't be thrown any better, and you couldn't make a better catch all on one play.
And you have to appreciate, listen, those IFL footballs aren't the easiest to catch. They can get slick. What a catch by Isaiah Houston. Here's a handoff left side. That's going to be a give to Jamal Miles, and he is trying to make his way across the goal line. There's the indicator. There's the cannon. Second touchdown of the game.
Well, that's the thing you're going to wonder about this Rattler offense. No running back, no physicality coming from that running back position. Morian Walker, we saw him last week, so you've got Jamal Miles. How do you work it? Well, you got to get him outside. He's not a between the guards kind of guy pounding it down his throat, but he's physical enough to gain that yard or two that he needed.
Point after try on the way now for the Rattlers, trying to make this a 14-6 game, and the kick will do just that. The Rattlers got in front by a score here in the first quarter, 3:41 on the clock. We'll stay right here and look again at the Nova Home Loans instant replay. Thinking of Nova Home Loans on that look. And a nice effort by Jamal. That was just two guys trying to get the pad level as low as they could, Dale. The defender did get down, but Jamal had just enough.
He did, and again, that offensive line, Coach Guys talked about getting better each and every week. The addition of Lamar Mady has really helped this football team. It's kind of underscored a little bit, but the team knows that. They want this offensive line to be more physical, get a little movement, and then Miles just got right in behind them and was able to gain enough for the touchdown.
So, you know, the Rattlers had an injury situation to Morian Walker, the running back that played so well the last 2 weeks for the team. And it was an injury that came at the wrong time in the week's schedule for the Rattlers. It came at such a time that when they realized he couldn't go today, it was too late for them to make a transaction, activate a different running back. So Coach Guy had to go to Jamal Miles as his running back. And it just feels like Coach Guy is making a statement with his play calling, with his scheming early, getting Jamal involved and getting him into the end zone with the team's first 2 touchdowns.
Well, not only do you have to change the player, but you also have to change your mindset and some of your game plan. You worked on something all week long, all of a sudden Friday afternoon, oh, the guy you kind of centered it around is not going to be playing. Now we got to adjust, and they've done well here in the first quarter.
Here's the return for Vegas. And the tackle is made near the 15-yard line. It'll be first down there for the Nighthawks offense as they'll bring it out in a moment. That was Malik Honeycutt on the return, and the tackle puts him down at the 15-yard line. So first down there for Vegas, 3:35 on the clock, counting down here in the first quarter of this big matchup, trying to break the tie. Well, they are going to break the tie. Somebody's going to win the game. Well, they'll break the tie for 4th place in the Western Conference, and that team that wins has a pretty good shot at moving into 3rd or better, maybe 2nd even, after this one tonight. We'll take a look at how the standings shape up in the Western Conference in a moment. Here comes the Nighthawk offense, and a nice delivery to the near side of the field. Boy, Daquan Neal is spot on with his throws so far. Quentin Randolph hauls it in and into the boards for the first down.
Yeah, really nice throw. Obviously, Neal coming out firing, even though sometimes he doesn't have that protection. This time he does. You see the running back in there to pick up the blitzing linebacker. That's Darius Geis. They said enough of just running over Daquan Neal as he's throwing the football. But boy, Merriweather packs a punch when he comes up to hit you.
14-6, Arizona in front of Vegas. Daquan Neal takes that snap and fires a fastball right down the middle. And that's intended for Holly, who then got popped by Devontae Merriweather, and Holly stays down. There's also an injured Rattler away from where the play was being made. That's Javon Jackson on the far side of the field.
Illegal contact, defense number 24. contact with a receiver that he was not aligned with. That penalty is 5 yards from the previous spot and an automatic first down.
Well, the Vegas coaching staff, as they're coming out on the field to check on their player, they're wondering why there was no
timeout for injury.
Well, that's Caleb Holly, the injured player for Vegas.
We're going to see it again here. Let's see if the contact, helmet to helmet.
Yeah, it's tough. Tough play. Looked clean. Holly is on his feet, but Javon Jackson stays on the turf for a moment. We'll grab a quick timeout, everybody. Back in a moment. More Arizona Rattlers football straight your way. Stand by.
Ready for a change of course? Discover a desert oasis studded with greens. Tee off into narrow canyons or go long on wide open fairways. With a storied golf history and a long list of courses designed by the greats of the game, your perfect golf getaway is right here in Tucson, Arizona. Find out more at visittucson.org/golf.
Both players are up, and hopefully both players are going to be doing well when it's all said and done. They did make their way to their respective benches. 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter. 14-6, Arizona, and a great open field tackle by Cecil Cherry. The linebacker stepped up, and he was not fooled by the little deke move there by Daquan Neal. What a great tackle.
No, it was tremendous. He kept his eyes on the quarterback so many times. You're pulling linemen, you're running everybody one way, and then you got an athlete like Neal keeping the football. Your eyes are gone. He's gone too. But now Cecil Cherry starting to play his way into that nickname, Cecil Scary Cherry.
I want you to keep in mind something else. Look at that number, jersey number 52. If you're going to wear 52, you better be a baller on defense, because that number, 52, one of the greatest NFL players of all time, wore that 52. As we watch it, pass caught, complete touchdown. Another great pass over the top of Devontae Merriweather's defense, the guy that hauled it in, Quentin Randolph, but there's a marker down. And the officials will talk it over, but back on Cecil Cherry. Guess what? That 52, Ray Lewis, sound familiar? Right? Hall of Famer?
The result of the play is a touchdown for Vegas. Sideline warning, Arizona head coach. That penalty will be placed in the bank and enforced after the succeeding kickoff.
On the way, the point after. And it looks like they'll go for the one and try and make this a 1-point game.
Well, it was a warning. Don't you get one? Sound like a warning, which wouldn't be a penalty, but they're going to enforce it.
Well, there was the other penalty. Here is the kick, and it's right down the pipes. The kick is successful for Joe Mancuso. Joe Mancuso is listed on the roster as a quarterback, and yet he was out there drilling it like he's been a kicker his whole life. I wonder if the roster might have an issue with the number.
Please reset the game clock to 1 minute and 7 seconds.
Okay, they're going to take 2 seconds off the clock here as you take another look on the Nova Home Loans replay. Great catch by Randolph on the beautiful pass from Neal, and we got a 1-point game, everybody, as we take it down on the field again with Sandy Charles. Hey, Sandy.
Hey, Floyd. Yeah, you guys mentioned Cecil Cherry, and you mentioned Ray Lewis, and I think you were going here, but his godfather, that is Ray Lewis. Well, I spoke with Cherry, and he told me he learned from Ray Lewis, keep your head down and don't let anyone dictate what you got, where you're trying to go, or your dream. And he said he texted him this week, and Ray said, I love it, young king. Keep hunting Hot Lion. So, Hot Lion, there you go.
Did you know that, Dale? Did you know that Ray Lewis is Cecil Cherry's godfather?
I did know that because our erstwhile sideline reporter told me that. I did not know that otherwise, and I know that Ray Lewis might hunt lions and bears and all that. He also loved to hunt offensive linemen. And he had those two big defensive tackles in front of him, Adams and Siragusa, and it was so hard to get to him, Ray Lewis. And when you do, guess what? You're going to pay a price.
14-13. Rattlers in front, a minute 7 remaining in the first quarter. Arizona's going to get the ball back. They have had the ball just 2 times so far. They've scored both times. Vegas did not score in their opening possession. They missed a field goal at the end of a long possession of the football to start the game. On the ensuing,
placed at the 20-yard line. First down, Arizona.
On the ensuing possession, the Rattlers handed off to Jamal Miles, and Jamal went to work. First play from scrimmage, he went untouched. 45 yards, nearly the length of the field for a touchdown. And then on the second possession, Jamal Miles finished off that scoring drive with a short touchdown run. So both touchdowns today belong to Jamal. We'll find out where he lines up. He'll line up left of the guard on that side of the formation. And here comes a pass caught by Jamal right at the sticks, and he turns it up to gain an extra yard into Vegas territory. Ball at the Nighthawks 24-yard line, 11-yard gain on the play.
Well, as you sit here and watch this, it's a Jamal Miles show. He's running the football. He scored both touchdowns with his feet. Now he's catching balls. Remember, nobody in the backfield. This time, Vegas chooses to only rush 3.
Jamal Miles, Peoria High School here in the Valley of the Sun, Arizona State University, and now the Arizona Rattlers. And for so long, a member of this team. Here's a pass caught. Again, Miles. That'll be a first down. Nope, short of the first down, pardon. That'll be a 4-yard gain on the play. To the 20-yard line. Here comes second down and 6 after Drew Powell connects with him. Now, listen, keep in mind as well that Drew is 1 scoring touchdown.
That is the end of the first quarter.
1 rushing touchdown away from tying the Arizona record, 2 touchdowns away from setting a new rushing record, all-time career rushing touchdowns. Will that happen tonight? End of the first period. We're back with more Arizona Rattlers football in the second quarter on the way. The Rattlers lead by 1. Stand by.
With the next pick of the draft, Bet Rivers selects Mark from Michigan.
But sources tell me he's ready to go from same-game parlays to betting our new multi-game same-game parlay.
Bet Rivers Sportsbook app and football. It's a whole new game.
Ready for a change of course? Discover a desert oasis studded with greens. Tee off into narrow canyons or go long on wide-open fairways. With a storied golf history and a long list of courses designed by the greats of the game, your perfect golf getaway is right here in Tucson, Arizona. Find out more at visittucson.org/golf.
National Championship Football in Vegas. The Dollar Loan Center Indoor Football League National Championship. The best indoor football in the world in Vegas. August 5th at the Dollar Loan Center. The best in the country collide, and a national champion will be crowned. Tickets are on sale now. Get yours at IFLNationalChampionship.com.
So the score here, 14-13, Arizona over the Vegas Nighthawks. Floyd Simmons and my broadcast partner, Dale Hellestrey, here in this one tonight. Well, Dale, the Rattlers have come out. They got a nice stop on defense to open the game. Coach Guy loves to get stops, right? That's one of his key metrics. He wants a certain number of stops, and the quality of those stops is going to mean a lot to him. Of course, he wants to win that battle every time he comes out.
Well, he's found out over the years that you win that battle, you win a lot of football games. And so if you sit there and go, by the Kevin Guy principle, you do that as much as you can.
I think we're going to check in down on the field, and we're going to find out how the Rattlers are going to attack here on this one.
Coach, what should we expect to see right here?
Well, we're hoping to get man, and we're going to hit him with a sail route.
Thank you.
Here it comes. toward that corner. That pass caught by Braxton Haley. He hauls it in. An Arizona Rattlers touchdown. Coach Guy dialed it up. He made the call. His quarterback delivered. That guy right there made the catch.
I just always said, Floyd, but watch this catch. I mean, it's one thing to have a good defensive back on you. You know you're going to get hit. But then you got the dasher board. You're putting your foot up on the top of them to try and break your impact and still concentrate on the football. What a tremendous job.
And the kick is good by McInerney. And our score is 21-13. The Rattlers in front of the Vegas Nighthawks. Everybody, well, I believe the kick was good. Did I get the call right? They have not.
Well, he said this is a sail route. You see the sail.
Good. Holding Vegas. That penalty is declined. The kick is good.
Okay, so after all of that, the kick goes good as we look at it again. The Nova Home Loans instant replay. Thank you, Nova Home Loans. Thank you, Braxton Haley, for entertaining us like that.
Well, you talk about calling your shot. Kevin Geig said, hey, we're going to throw a sail route here. Hope to hit it. As soon as you said hope to hit it, they hit it. And that's what a sail route is right there. Again, nice response by this Arizona Rattlers offense.
He called a shot, so a little Sultan of SWAT, a little Great Bambino right there, calling a shot for the home run.
He kind of looks like him at times when I look at Kevin Guy. He's old, you know.
I'm glad you said it and not me. Not me, okay? Let's see, 14:03 remaining here in the first half, everybody. 21-13. It's good to have you with us tonight for our broadcast of Arizona Rattlers.
Boy, today they had the big screen on Ron Schertz's corner down there. If you can ever squeeze a ticket out of him, that's the place to come watch a football game down there where there's food, drinks, and a great view of the game.
Ron Schertz, the owner of the Arizona Rattlers. There's a return for Darius Geis, and Darius will take it out just across midfield. Good field position once again for Vegas. They'll have it at the Arizona 24-yard line. Can the Rattlers defense continue to play the good football they played here for the past couple of weeks? Played so well last week in the first half against Northern Arizona on the way to a 60-34 victory.
I'm interested to see if Vegas is going to start getting Darius Geis involved in this football game. I mean, I've seen him have some huge games in this league. 6'1", 225 pounds, low center of gravity, hard to get down on the ground.
First down play, Daquan Neal, the quarterback, sends him in motion. Randolph to the left. They'll toss it to Geis on the right. And Geis is going to get past the first line of defenders. He breaks off that Cecil Cherry attempted tackle. And Darius able to get a couple of yards on the play for Vegas. That was a little Nostradamus right there.
Yeah, you see, but why are you getting Scary Cherry down so quick? But Nostradamus is taking a little time to come out of your mouth, huh? I've done more than Scary Cherry has so far. No, the Rattlers know they're going to have to stop the run game because Vegas will. But I tell you what, do not sleep on Darius Geis.
Second down and 8 is the situation. Geis lines up just to the right of Daquan Neal. Neal, quick pump fake, rolling left, throwing down into traffic, and it's defended there by Jackson. Javon Jackson is able to knock it incomplete on an attempt to Randolph. And then a marker. Did a marker come down? Well, in the middle of the field, there's a marker.
Offense number 52. 10-yard penalty, second down.
Holding on the offense.
Yeah, that's Isaac Jackson again, working on a whole lot of love. The nose tackle, Harold, 6'3", 340 pounds, who's just non-stop energy. You think you have him stopped right in the middle of your screen, pulls him, yanks him, tries to break away, and that's when, as an offensive lineman, you got to let go of that jersey the officials will tend to throw the flag.
A whole lot of love, you say?
A whole lot of love.
I like it. Harold Love, that nose tackle. And he's a big one. Here's the snap. Step up, Daquan Neal able to split those defensive linemen. And then it's Day-Day Merriweather coming up to make the tackle. That'll be a gain on the play of 12 yards for Neal.
Well, remember last year, these teams have played before. They know each other. Neal's rushed for 132 yards against this team in previous games. They have their eyes on him, playing a little zone there, because once you go man-to-man, now your eyes on your receiver. This time you go zone, everybody can converge. Yes, he gains some positive yards, but you're able to come up and make the tackle.
Neal with the snap. They try to set a screen up, and the Rattlers are all over it defensively. 4 Rattlers get in on the tackle, and that'll be a loss on the play on that pass to Darius. I'm going to give Chris Terrell credit for being right in the middle of it, but there were a bunch of guys.
I've seen you get a half tackle. I've seen you get an assist. I've seen you get a half sack. I've never seen anybody get a quarter of a tackle. But all 4 guys, well, 3 guys especially, whole lot of love just jumped on the pile at the end there. But 3 guys made a tremendous play on that, stopped it before it got going.
Now, this is kind of a spillover from last week. A number of times, some great gang tackles by that defense, and we're seeing more aggressiveness out of the Arizona Rattlers D lately, and that's got to make Coach Guy extremely happy. Neal throws back foot, it's up, it's a jump ball, and it's caught by the offensive player. Is that McCray? I think it was Jordan McCray who outdueled Dylan Winfrey for the catch and the touchdown. Well, that's going to quiet the Arizona crowd for just a bit.
Kind of a hands battle down there in the end zone, and you got Dylan Winfrey, 5'11", and as you said, you got Jordan McCray, 6'5" tall, goes up and gets the ball at the high point.
And the kick is up and on the way, and the kick is good. That is Stevie Artigue.
The kick is good.
Landing that kick, and we're at a 1-point game once again. Arizona 21, Vegas 20, everybody. Just about the midway point of the second quarter. We're back with more Arizona Rattlers football right after this.
Do you own your home? You may qualify for a cash-out refinance. Cash for home renovations, paying debt, or for whatever you need most. Connect with your local loan officer at Nova Home Loans today and see what you qualify for. Rates are still historically low and home values have increased, which could mean more cash to you. Don't wait. Visit NovaHomeLoans.com today to get started. Nova Home Loans. Our mission is simple. Yes.
Bet Rivers has selected Pat from Pennsylvania.
Pat is a master of our new multi-game, same-game parlay, where you combine multiple same-game parlays in a single bet.
Bet Rivers Sportsbook app and football. It's a whole new game.
Arizona with his first half lead over the Vegas Nighthawks. Vegas with the 55-54 win a couple of games back over Arizona. That one in Henderson, Nevada. The Dollar Loan Center, that location, and that is the permanent location for at least the next 3 years for the IFL's championship game. Here is short kick fielded and brought back to right at about midfield, maybe just a bit past that. That was Jazarick Peterson getting his name mentioned here in the broadcast with a nice job of fielding it. Played a little shortstop, I'll bet, in his day. Fielded nicely, brought it back. 1st and 10, Arizona at the Vegas 24-yard line.
You'll take that field position and start a drive anytime with this Rattler offense. And obviously teams trying different kickoff techniques to try and thwart the Rattlers' kickoff return game, which can become lethal.
9:15 on the clock. Motion. Houston motions, and the quarterback keeps it. Drew Powell, first time he will run from scrimmage, and Drew is going to get tied up at the 13-yard line. 1st down. Gain of 10, maybe 11 on the play. The Rattlers will move the chains, move deep into territory here, and we'll see if Drew Powell is able to find the end zone in this possession and tie the all-time rushing touchdown record for the Arizona Rattlers.
Well, with blocking like that up front, want to give a little shout-out to Lamar Mady. Tremendous job. He's come in, and instead of going horizontally, this offensive line now starting to go vertically. And that's exactly what Kevin Guy and the coaching staff want to see from them. Tremendous job staying on blocks, especially on that play.
Drew Powell, quick throw, right side, and stretching out to make the catch is Braxton Haley. Drew Powell with a nice pass, nice catch on the sideline. It'll bring up 2nd down and about 5 for the Rattler offense. Sandy Charles has more on Drew Powell.
Yeah, thanks, Floyd. Well, I talked to him about his love of the game. I asked him where it came from. He said being a kid, it was his sanctuary. He told me a funny story. He had a headache, and he didn't want to go to practice. He was asking his parents, please, no. He went to practice, his headache went away with no medicine, and he said that was when he was in kindergarten, and he said that's when I knew I was meant to play football, all because of a headache. Guys, back to you.
Yeah. Different ways that you get the message, right? 2nd down and 5 to the end zone. Pass caught, touchdown! It's Isaiah Houston hauling it in for the Rattlers.
Drew Powell makes this game look so easy. Again, give him a little bit of time. Watch the pass blocking up front, man on a man, nobody in his face. But the accuracy, again, you're not talking about out of bounds. You're not talking about sidelines or the end line. You're talking about dasher boards. Tremendous job dropping that right in where only Houston could catch the ball.
Dropping dimes. Here's the kick. McInerney adds the point after, and it's 28-20. Arizona in front of Vegas. What a start on this broadcast night during Memorial Day weekend. Stand by, more 2nd quarter action on the way. Arizona Rattlers football.
If DJ Citizen Jane quit on her passion for music, she never would have left her career as a detective to pursue it. If she let starting at the bottom scare her, she never would have hustled to play bigger and bigger shows. And if she was content with being one of the best Latina artists in Miami, she wouldn't be electrifying the crowd in sold-out shows around the world. That's the fighting spirit. That's what makes a lion. Modelo, root for those with a fighting spirit.
Do you own your home? You may qualify for a cash-out refinance. Cash for home renovations, paying debt, or for whatever you need most. Connect with your local loan officer at Nova Home Loans today and see what you qualify for. Rates are still historically low and home values have increased, which could mean more cash to you. Don't wait. Visit NovaHomeLoans.com today to get started. Nova Home Loans. Our mission is simple. Yes.
Spooner has been revolutionizing our community's experience with physical therapy and hand therapy in the Valley since 1990. Spooner helps you move better and feel better. Through specialized rehabilitation, personalized treatment plans, and functional performance training, our therapists, athletic trainers, and strength coaches provide programming to help you achieve your movement goals in life and on the field. Our team is your team. Visit SpoonerPT.com to find one of our Valley-wide locations near you.
Kick brought down inside the end zone. Return with good blocking, crossing the field, and nice cutback. Still alive. What a return inside the 5 to about the 1 yard line. That's Malik Honeycutt. who did a great job to read his blocking initially, broke to that outside, far side of the field. The cutback gets him some more yardage, and just like that, Vegas is knocking on the door.
Tremendous job by the kickoff return team. Remember now, last week, Northern Arizona ran a kickoff back on these special teams here on the kickoff team, and now here another huge kickoff return.
(28-20). But that could change in a hurry. Daquan Neal and his offense, Vegas Nighthawks offense, will line it up at the 1 yard line. In the middle of that defense, the big guy, Harold Love, 6'3", 340, urging the crowd, make some noise. Daquan runs into Geis and then gets tripped up short of the goal line. Devontae Merriweather playing downhill all the way with a great tackle. And he makes that tackle to stop the team, stop Vegas short of the goal line. Let's check in with Sandy again on the sideline. Hey, Sandy.
Hey, Floyd. Okay, Houston, how were you able to take us through that touchdown? How were you able to come down with it?
Yeah, coach called an A route for me. That's a post. Saw I was man coverage, just knew I had to beat my guy. Once I did that, threw a good ball.
Local boy, grew up here in Arizona. What's it like playing in front of these fans?
It's amazing. You know, not only the local fans, but my family and friends get to come see me play. You know, it's just a blessing. I'm blessed.
Isaiah. Okay, Floyd, back to you.
Thank you, Sandy. Knocking on the door, Daquan Neal and the Vegas Nighthawk offense. Daquan stumbled a bit and able to reach out. Ball comes loose, but the official says he was able to break the goal line with possession, and that's a Vegas touchdown as they keep pace with Arizona here in the first half.
Pretty clear. You'll see on the replay here.
On the field is that the Vegas player broke the goal line, which is a touchdown. The ball became loose after the touchdown was scored.
Yeah, I think it was very clear-cut call there. No knees touching. So he wasn't down before the ball crossed the goal line. The ball definitely crossed the goal line in his possession, and then it bounced out.
Point after try on the way. And the kick is good with 4:37 on the clock here in this first half. 28-27, Arizona's got that lead. There's Daquan. He just kind of stumbled a bit before he planted and turned it up the field. And that big body, some good power, able to still work it across the former Tucson Sugar Skulls quarterback. And there it is. It's a good call by the official.
Great individual effort on his part, but remember, all set up because of special teams. Offense, defense kind of clicking along. And I'm going to reiterate, we saw it last week against Northern Arizona, kickoff return for a touchdown. Tonight, not a touchdown, but everything but a touchdown as they gave him the ball basically on the 1 yard line.
Devontae Merriweather getting a little elbow wrap there as he comes out to help with the return team here in a moment.
Those turf burns, Floyd, are no joke. And I don't know what day the season ends, what time the Super Bowl of the IFL is, but he'll have that at least 10 days past.
Still be there, yeah. Yeah, no doubt about it. Well, and the turf fields these days, these are beautiful. This field here, the Arizona Rattlers play on, it's the highest of the turf field technology. Okay,
it's Taj Mahal.
It doesn't get any better. But in your playing days, Dale,
yeah,
AstroTurf or whatever they called it back in those days.
I think they kindly called it AstroTurf.
That was something completely different.
Yeah.
Here's the kick. Nice return across midfield. And well done. That's the second time we've seen the ball fielded by Jazarick Peterson on those liner kicks. And he's able to do something with it. That time he set his teammates up at the 16-yard line. 1st and 10, 16 of Vegas. Here comes Drew Powell out here. And will it be this possession? Will it be this go-round for Drew in the offense? For Drew to get into the end zone and tie the Rattlers' all-time rushing record for touchdowns. From the 16-yard line, Powell takes the snap, surveys the field. His man is wide open, and a one-handed catch by Braxton Haley. The defender couldn't stay with him. In fact, might be injured, and Braxton has the touchdown.
Oh my goodness. That's A.J. Beach for Vegas, who's down. Let's hope that's not an Achilles or an ACL. Boy, what a seam route by Braxton Haley. And not only the route, but as the ball was in the air, I guarantee you Drew Powell was going, did I throw it too far? Did I throw it too far? Reached out with one hand, snagged the ball, and all eyes right now really are on A.J. Beach. When you have those really non-contact injuries, boy, you just hope it's not an Achilles and you hope it's not an ACL.
Yeah, and he was really, like right there you see him, he stayed in that position right there for probably a full minute before he finally was able to, rotate himself and have an actual seat down there on the field. And you can see that he's in pain and he's frustrated and he's upset, and we do hope that he is not seriously hurt.
And that's what I've heard. I've never torn an ACL, but a lot of times guys have said, hey, they don't even hurt. They walk off the field and they're fine until they try and make a move. There's other ones that hurt, and let's hope it's a knee sprain and not something that'll keep him out for too long.
So A.J. Beach will get assistance from the field, and again, we do hope that he is going to be okay, folks. It's Memorial Day weekend, and on this Memorial Day weekend, I know the Arizona Rattlers are, from top to bottom, this organization very patriotic. They honor military veterans every home game, and I think that the Rattlers wouldn't mind if I said, here with the broadcast team, Simmons Media Group, that's our team, and the Arizona Rattlers, we want to just pay homage to all of the wonderful people, the men and the women in the history of this great country that have given the ultimate sacrifice. That's what Memorial Day is all about. And we wouldn't have the freedom, the prosperity, the opportunity to be right here doing things like what we're doing here tonight, enjoying some great entertainment in the greatest country on earth, if it weren't for those who have paid that price for us and came before us. We hope that you're having a good Memorial Day, everybody. That kick is good for the Rattlers. And our score now, 35-27 with 3:34 on the clock in the second quarter. The Rattlers, Dale, a perfect 5 for 5 on offense with possessions and getting the ball in the end zone.
They've done a tremendous job, especially answering the bell. Again, sometimes when you get hit with a big kickoff return and an easy touchdown run, sometimes you can come out a little bit sloppy, a little bit hanging your head. Rattlers doing none of that whatsoever. In a nice groove and a nice rhythm. And it kind of looks like this game is going to go back and forth and be one of those games where we will see if the Arizona Rattlers have grown and matured enough to finish a game and finish a close game.
Rattlers have one more first down in the first half so far than do the Nighthawks. 8 first downs to 7 for Arizona. Rattlers have 56 yards rushing to 24 for Vegas. And passing yardage, Vegas does have 111 yards passing to Arizona's 88. We'll look more at the halftime stats coming up at the break. Here's an onside attempt by the Rattlers, and that is going to be fielded on the eventual high hop by one of those guys with the lineman numbers out there. Kingsley Opera able to protect the football on that front line for Vegas.
It's one of the guys that Vegas doesn't want wrapping the ball, but that ball hit about 3-4 guys before it just settled in his big paws.
The onside kick was recovered by Vegas, 1st and 10.
Rattlers had a chance there as the ball was bouncing around, and you just wondered the ball, the way it's shaped, oblong, and All that, the bounces that it takes to confound you.
Three minutes and 15 seconds on the clock. Neal hands off the speed sweep. That's Randolph picking his way across. The nice spin into the boards right at about the 7-yard line. He'll be very near a first down for Vegas. And they're keeping pace. The only miscue either offense has had is when Vegas could not convert on their opening possession. They settled for a field goal try, a 38-yard try that was wide left, and got no points out of it. So the one stop today belongs to the Rattlers defense, and they've got the 7-point lead, the 8-point lead right now.
Well, remember, when you talk about starting games off, that's exactly how the Rattlers want to do it.
Geis gets the give, and he is brought down. And the guy that led the way defensively was Harold Love. Two big boys, the Bulls, getting at each other right there, that game to the 5-yard line.
Well, and I would be surprised if the Vegas Knights continue to maybe pound the ball a little bit. Want to see how resilient this Rattler run defense is. Plus, it slows down the game.
Look at your boy there in the middle.
Yeah,
he's got the shoulder pads sticking out. He's got the tape half coming off. That's a blue-collar guy right there. Neal fakes right, throws, nope, tries to throw, and now throws it away. He got outside. He got outside the alley. He got outside that center of the field. So with Chris Terrell's defense, had to throw it away, and he does.
Is the quarterback was outside the tackle box, and the pass made it back to the line of scrimmage. Second down.
Just a tremendous job by the Rattlers defense. Terrell not biting on the fake, where I guarantee you 99 out of 100 defensive ends are going with the fake, but there he is. And I promise you that DeQuan Neal did not expect him in his face. And then you go back to the secondary, and the secondary wasn't fooled either. Tremendous job by the Rattlers.
Yeah, DeQuan spent his whole life getting away with that one, right? But Chris Terrell wouldn't let him, and we're going to get a timeout.
This is the 1-minute warning. Timeout.
So you heard it right there. 1 minute remaining in the first half, everybody. We'll take a timeout. 35-27, Arizona in front of Vegas. Don't go anywhere. More exciting Arizona Rattlers football is on the way.
Do you own your home? You may qualify for a cash-out refinance. Cash for home renovations, paying debt, or for whatever you need most. Connect with your local loan officer at Nova Home Loans today and see what you qualify for. Rates are still historically low and home values have increased, which could mean more cash to you. Don't wait. Visit NovaHomeLoans.com today to get started. Nova Home Loans. Our mission is simple. Yes.
If DJ Citizen Jane quit on her passion for music, she never would have left her career as a detective to pursue it. If she let starting at the bottom scare her, she never would have hustled to play bigger and bigger shows. And if she was content with being one of the best Latina artists in Miami, she wouldn't be electrifying the crowd in sold-out shows around the world. That's the fighting spirit. That's what makes a lion. Modelo, root for those with a fighting spirit.
The Barstool Sports Arizona Bowl means 100 for Tucson. Over $100 million to boost our local economy since 2015. Plus, 100% of all profits to local charities. Over $4 million. And the Bowls Heroes program gives thousands of tickets to our vets, active military, first responders, and teachers. Learn more and buy tickets to the December 30th game at thearizonabowl.com.
So the final minute of the first half gets ready to go here. This is where the game slows down, but it does slow down in a good way. It slows down with a lot of drama going into this final minute of each half. DeQuan Neal slips away from that pressure, and then an open field tackle by Scary Cherry. short of the line of scrimmage. In fact, is that not a quarterback sack? A yard loss on the play. He's back to throw. He scrambled. Tackle made behind the line of scrimmage, right?
I would count that as a sack, and I will count it as a sack and a half. Because Cherry not only reached out and got him down on the ground, but he was being blocked by somebody. Just a tremendous job by Cherry, who was standing behind that nickname that he wants to be called.
So give him a sack and a half, you say?
Well, I would, and if I'm Cherry, I'm fighting for it. I'm not going to the official record book. But it's one thing to come around the edge, quarterback doesn't see you, and you tackle him. It's another thing when a guy's driving you, you're fending him off, and you reach out and grab an athlete like Neal right there.
Cecil Cherry's had a great first half coming off of a great game last week. You know, what a great addition to the roster, right?
First extended time last week, and you know, the linebacker is such an important position. Kevin Guy always talks about building a team through the middle, you know, your quarterback, your center, linebacker, safety. I know Sandy has more that she can expound upon.
Yeah, Sandy.
Thanks, Del. Yeah, I talked to Cherry, and I said, what's clicking? And he said, our unit's different. We've come together. Everyone's learning. But he goes, everyone's taken me in like a family. I'm new. I'm still learning and growing every single day. But tonight, you've seen him be dominant, guys. Back to you.
You know, if you take him into your family, Cecil Cherry, you better be ordering a lot of pizza.
Well, I think your grocery bill just went up a little bit.
Third down, 3rd and goal for Vegas. Taquan looks left, he throws, and that is defended pretty well with a lot of hand fighting going on down there in that corner. And I believe it was Javon Jackson. And it's a little dark in that corner, but Jackson stayed with the receiver. Hey, he kind of got his right hand tied up, and he batted it away with the left hand.
Again, you got such a height disparity here. McCray, 6'5". You've got Javon Jackson, 5'11". Jackson did just an absolutely tremendous job fighting to the bitter end, getting his hand on the ball, and causing an incomplete pass.
Well, they threw the jump ball, and guess what? The incomplete pass makes it 4th down, 4th and 7 with 47 seconds left in the first half. Wide side of the field is that left side. Here comes the motion that way. Neal pumps, looks, pressure comes. He's going to have to get rid of it. Throws it up for grabs, and it's incomplete. The battle was on. The pressure got to the quarterback, forced him to make a throw that wasn't there. And the defense for the Rattlers makes a huge stop closing out this first half.
My goodness, look at the pressure on Neal. Didn't come open immediately. Got guys coming outside, guys coming inside, and still almost had the ball. Just tremendous physicality from this Rattlers defense.
Yeah, Jermaine Dobbs is that defensive back right there that broke up the pass. Jermaine's had a couple of good games since he has been activated on this defensive unit for the Rattlers. 35-27, Arizona. Motion from either side, and a lot of time to throw for Drew Powell. Look at that, almost too much time. And he'll end up throwing it out of bounds. Well, pretty good coverage. There might have been somebody here at the bottom that was open coming out from Drew's right side, but give a lot of credit to the offensive line. I mean, they kept a very clean pocket for Drew.
And as an offensive lineman, I will give them some credit. It was a two-man rush, Floyd, so that we have 3 blocking. Again, guys dropping back into those zones, really hard to fit it in. Be interesting to see the play call here. Does Kevin Guy hand the ball off now that he sees the defense that they're playing right here with under a minute left?
I want to get a close look at that play sheet. Coaches,
you think they're all plays?
Coaches cheat sheet. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're. Remember, don't say this, don't say that. Here's the pass caught by Jamal Miles, and they try to set up the screen up the middle. The defense was there, and that tackle is going to be made, and enough for a first down. 35-27.
Timeout, Arizona. 2nd of the first half. 30 seconds in length.
So you hear it there, the Rattlers are going to take a timeout, everybody, and try to work something up, trying to use this final 26 seconds to get into the end zone.
Well, there's two things at play here, Floyd. One of them is obviously the Rattlers, you want to come away with points. Duh. Even if it's a field goal, you want to come away with points. But almost as important is you do not want to give Vegas the ball back with the time to run 3 or 4 plays and them score going in there. So it's always a chess match, and that's what's so fascinating to me about the last minute of the half and the last minute of the game.
Hey, guess what? If the Rattlers can score, if they can hold Vegas following a potential score, get a 2-touchdown lead, the Rattlers get the ball first in the second half. Powell puts him in motion. Powell throws to his left side, wide open. The catch is made. Get out of bounds, right? And they do. Going to stop the clock inside the 5-yard line. And that is Isaiah Scott figuring in to the offense here late in the first half.
Well, obviously it has to be a blown coverage. Again, rushing 2 means you're dropping 6. You have every zone covered, obviously, except that one. Nice job by Powell surveying the field. Nice job by the offensive line. They blocked the 2 guys for as long as Powell needed it to happen, and then Powell fired the complete pass.
So the Rattlers have 1 timeout remaining, and I just got to say, I'm going to do a little Nostradamus right here. I believe that the Rattlers are going to go for the tying rushing touchdown from Drew Powell right here. No, they're going to throw, and it is a touchdown! What a great play design! Go a little right, throw back left to Isaiah Houston for his second touchdown as he breaks the plane. And the Rattlers have a 2-score lead.
Well, first of all, even though it was a fantastic play call and design, Floyd, you got to remember, there's only room for one Nostradamus up here in the booth. All right, there's only room for one of us. Well, you actually have an option play to your right, kind of underhands it back across the field for the touchdown.
High snap, and Jorge Reyna pulls it down. The kick is good from McInerney. And after the Isaiah Houston touchdown, our score is Arizona 42 and the Vegas Nighthawks 27. We're going to stay right here through the end of the first half, everybody. A 2-touchdown lead, and we'll see if this defense for Arizona can do something again. And we've seen them do some things, haven't we, here in the game so far today, everybody? In the Western Conference, it is the Bay Area Panthers coming into tonight with a half-a-game lead over the Northern Arizona Wranglers. And that's a full game in the loss column lead. They do have 1 fewer win, so it's Bay Area with a 4-2 record, Northern Arizona with a 5-3 record. So despite the 1 more victory for Northern Arizona, the way you look at it is the loss column, and that's where Bay Area then has the advantage. So technically they're in first place. They have the better winning percentage right now, to look at it that way. So Northern Arizona would be second coming into tonight in the conference. The Tucson Sugar Skulls at 4-3 then are in third place. And then these 2 teams tied for 4th. Arizona with a 4-4 record. Not San Diego, pardon me, but Vegas, the Vegas Nighthawks, the opponent tonight, with a 4-4 record. Here's a return. Another pretty good return for Vegas to near midfield, and the guy bringing it back, Malik Honeycutt, has done a good job with the ball today, bringing it out. And that'll leave 8.1 seconds, but 3 timeouts. 3 timeouts for DeQuan Neal and this Nighthawks offense.
Well, and obviously that's probably enough time to run 2, maybe 3 plays, depending on how quick you run them. But I know one thing that they're going to be working on this coming week, and that's kickoff coverage, because that's too much on a really good kickoff.
Well, DeQuan Neal is going to have to get the ball out quick if he doesn't throw to the end zone right here. Maybe he'll take a couple of shots just like that. 15-point advantage for Arizona. Motion on the right side of the offense. Neal's looking that direction. Now throws back left. And it was a pretty good design, pretty good call. Throwing between a couple of defenders and just off the fingertips of his intended receiver. That's Jonathan Johnson here on the near side. Johnson with a lot of reach, 6'3", 210, but he didn't have quite enough to bring that one in.
Tall receivers for Vegas. You see this time Rattlers only rushed 3. And if you're a fan, be careful.
Yeah.
Might get a helmet in the chops.
It's really a pretty good defensive play by the fan, wasn't it? I mean, she's pretty solid. I think Coach Guy's going to be finding out when she's got a little football pedigree in her. Hey, where'd you play, young lady? Where'd you play your college ball? 3 seconds remaining. There was movement. That's going to be a false start. I believe a false start on the offense. The officials discuss. Did somebody on the defense move? And I think they're pointing that way.
Offsides, defense, number 91, with contact. That penalty is 5 yards from the previous spot, second down. Game clock operator, please reset the game clock to 3 seconds.
Justin Thomas, the guy that moved up early, and again, you heard it made contact.
Well, they're saying Justin Thomas, but again, I think that was maybe a whole lot of love right there in the middle, trying to get a jump on the snap. Nothing better than you committing a penalty and they call out somebody else's number over the loudspeaker.
3 seconds left this first half. We'll get a talk with head coach Kevin Guy on his way into the locker room in just a moment. Neal is planted by Scary Cherry. Cecil Cherry gets to the quarterback and punctuates the end of the first half with that big play, the quarterback sack. What a finish to the half for the Arizona Rattlers. And down on the field, Sandy Charles is standing by with Kevin Guy.
Thanks, Floyd. Coach, your defense came up with a huge stop late in the second, and then we just saw your defense do that. What do you need to see from them going forward to keep this pressure on?
Well, we just did a zone blitz scheme right there at the end. You know, got the pressure to come up the middle, but, you know, we were getting close earlier in the game. We got beat on some 2 50-50 balls. You know, I believe they ran one in from real tight down here. Our kickoff coverage has not been very good. We got to tighten up there. And we got beat on a double move on the backside. So each one of our DBs has been beaten right now, except for Jackson. So we got to tighten it up. They did right here late in the second quarter, and we'll see how we play the second half.
Beautiful passing touchdown to Isaiah Houston late in the second. What were you able to see to make that call?
To who?
To Isaiah Houston, from Powell to Houston.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the play. There was a few plays. I don't know. Right now, we're always looking for the fish, and right now there's a lot of fishes out there.
Thanks, Coach. Floyd, back to you.
A lot of fishes, yeah. And going fishing for sure today. Coach Guy and the Arizona Rattlers, they are a perfect 6 of 6 in possessions, getting it into the end zone. And you saw Cecil Cherry with that final play. There it is again. How about the quarterback sack? How about finding his way in between those blockers up front? And a couple of times we've seen these defenders not give Daquan any real room to escape or get away, and what a way to end the half.
Well, what I want you to watch the defensive end right here. That's what he's talking about, a zone blitz. That's number 91 for the Arizona Rattlers. That's Justin Thomas. He switches jobs with Scary Cherry. So he drops into the linebacker position. Now that an offensive lineman is blocking nobody, and then you got Cherry coming up the middle to make the sack.
And our halftime score is Arizona 42, Vegas 27. What a showdown tonight in the Valley of the Sun. Do stand by, everybody. We'll return to the Footprint Center, to the Snake Pit, to break it down in halftime in just a moment. This is Arizona Rattlers football.
Do you own your home? You may qualify for a cash-out refinance. Cash for home renovations, paying debt, or for whatever you need most. Connect with your local loan officer at Nova Home Loans today and see what you qualify for. Rates are still historically low and home values have increased, which could mean more cash to you. Don't wait. Visit NovaHomeLoans.com today to get started. Nova Home Loans. Our mission is simple. Yes.
If DJ Citizen Jane quit on her passion for music, she never would have left her career as a detective to pursue it. If she let starting at the bottom scare her, she never would have hustled to play bigger and bigger shows. And if she was content with being one of the best Latina artists in Miami, she wouldn't be electrifying the crowd in sold-out shows around the world. That's the fighting spirit. That's what makes a lion. Modelo, brewed for those with a fighting spirit.
Spooner has been revolutionizing our community's experience with physical therapy and hand therapy in the Valley since 1990. Spooner helps you move better and feel better. Through specialized rehabilitation, personalized treatment plans, and functional performance training, our therapists, athletic trainers, and strength coaches provide programming to help you achieve your movement goals in life and on the field. Our team is your team. Visit SpoonerPT.com to find one of our Valley-wide locations near you.
We at the IFL and our teams have always been involved in supporting the communities that support us. We have been honored to with them as friends. We will continue these efforts, but feel it's time to bring new good health and athletic performance. Build Your Base will help us include a nutrition-based message into our time with local youth. We'll hold game time events in multiple communities throughout the 2023 season. Events will feature players visiting with local youth to play, visit, and have fun, all while teaching them about food, exercise, and nutrition. In 2023, look for game time events near you, as well as shared information about good health, good food, and good fun. Build Your Base will not just be the IFL's partner. Build Your Base will be our partner in our communities.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. Halftime here at the Snake Pit, downtown Phoenix. The Footprint Center is the name of the arena here where the Arizona Rattlers play their home games, and they lead right now 42-27 at halftime. Played some solid defense out there. They certainly have. We'll talk more about that in a moment. Hey, the fans have gotten a little bit involved as well, as they do. This is what the Indoor Football League is all about. Sandy Charles has a pretty good defender with her down there.
Thanks, Floyd. Yes, this is what it is all about, and I'm joined by Kelly, and you can see she has a ball. Kelly, you intercepted, you got in the line of fire. What did you see with all the players coming at you?
All I saw was a ball and a blur, so I didn't see the player until he was already on me. So.
How exciting for everyone else. Let's tell everyone, how exciting are Rattlers games?
The Rattlers games are the best. You really have to attend. They're nothing else beats them.
Hey, we were talking beforehand. Who is your favorite player on the Rattlers team?
Well, I got my ball from Braxton many times, but I've also had Isaiah in my lap from one of his catches last season. So it's a hard time. It's a toss-up, Isaiah and Braxton.
Okay, lastly, why Rattlers? Your season ticket holder. What is it about the Rattlers that you love so much?
It's just the fan interaction and how you easily get to talk to everybody, and it's exciting and it's fast-paced. It's fun.
Awesome, Kelly. Good job defending. Floyd, send it back to you. We're going to have some girl talk.
Hey, listen, Kelly getting in the stat sheet here for the Arizona Rattlers, a pass breakup right there. And she gets a much-deserved trophy. That's one of the fun things about a Rattlers game. Dale, the ball comes into the crowd. If you are able to get a hold of it, it's like being at a baseball game. You get to keep that football.
It's a souvenir, and I have a feeling. She was playing it off pretty good, but I have a feeling that she's going to be a little sore tomorrow morning. That rib and back area.
Needs a little ice bath tonight, right?
But it's a great seat. It's so much fun to come to these things. And
I love how she broke up the pass and bounced right back, and she's out there as a good fan would be. You see some of the highlights from that first half, those Nova Home Loans highlights that we're bringing you. There's Jamal Miles with the opening score of the game, that long touchdown run from scrimmage, untouched right there. And you look at some more of those Nova Home Loans first half replays, everybody, as we break it down a bit. Floyd Simmons along with my broadcast partner. This is Dale Hellestray. Dale, the defense has been solid for the Rattlers for back-to-back weeks. And as we go into the second half of the season, 8 games played before this, a first chance this year then for the Rattlers to get a back-to-back victory, a consecutive win. They haven't done it the entire season to get to their 500 mark that they brought in today. So, you're not used to saying that about Arizona this deep into the season, but there's where it is. A lot of parity in the conference. This would be a big, big win for the Rattlers, move again past 500, and to build off of what was an impressive win last week as well.
No doubt about it, and as I said when we were talking about it before the game started, you're used to seeing 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 game winning streaks by the Rattlers. They get on a roll, and it almost looks easy for them. And this season, it's been a little bit of a struggle. I'm not here to say that this might not be the best thing for them. Maybe they needed this, because I know in years past sometimes it's come so easy that all of a sudden you get hit in the face with some adversity late in the season and you don't know how to respond. Well, they've been hit with a whole lot here early in the season, and they're finding a way to dig themselves out.
So the Rattlers with this lead at halftime. Before we grab another break, Dale, I want to talk about the defense for a moment and start with the guy who I think right now is the tone setter. He only has 3 tackles in the first half. All of them were big hits, though, and they were impactful moments for this defense for the Rattlers. And if he's not getting a tackle, he's certainly at the point of attack and making his presence. No, I'm talking about Cecil Cherry, the linebacker. What a game he has played. He finishes the first half with the quarterback sack. He's got both of the sacks credited to the Rattlers defense today. Those 2 sacks part of his 3 tackle total from the first half, and he is setting a tone out there.
Well, he has, and the one thing, if you'll notice in common between last week and this week, who dominated on our minds last week? It was Harold Love. Who's dominating tonight? It's Cecil Scary Cherry. What do they have in common? Not weight and not size, because I think that Love outweighs about 120 pounds or so.
Yeah.
But what they do is they play in the middle. And so we've heard so many times from Coach Kevin Guy, you get pressure up the middle and all of a sudden those ends become better. You get pressure up the middle, all of a sudden the defensive backs become better. And that's what those two have in common, and that's why it's so important for them to show up every week.
That's well done. We'll grab a timeout, everybody. It's halftime here in the Valley of the Sun. Arizona 42, Vegas 27. We'll look at stats and more as we break it down on our halftime report. Stand by. More Arizona Rattlers football coming your way in just a bit.
The next pick of the draft, Bet Rivers selects Mark from Michigan.
This is a surprise. Well, sources tell me he's ready to go from same-game parlays to betting our new multi-game same-game parlay,
where you can combine more than one same-game parlay in the same bet for bigger payouts.
Exactly, Dan. He's a fan of daily odds boost and Bet Rivers'
award-winning customer service.
How'd you know?
I got sources too, Jerome. Bet Rivers Sportsbook app and football. It's a whole new game.
Ready for a change of course? Discover a desert oasis studded with greens. Tee off into narrow canyons or go long on wide open fairways. With a storied golf history and a long list of courses designed by the greats of the game, your perfect golf getaway is right here in Tucson, Arizona. Find out more at visittucson.org/golf.
Friends, we will continue these efforts, but feel it's time to bring nutrition into the fold. Build Your Base is the perfect partner for this edition. For the past 5 years, the Build Your Base program has been educating and empowering youth, high school, and college athletes to leverage the power of nutrition to support good health and athletic performance. Build Your Base will help us include a nutrition-based message into our time with local youth. We'll hold game time events in multiple communities throughout the 2023 season. Events will feature players visiting with local youth to play, visit, and have fun, all while teaching them about food, exercise, and nutrition. In 2023, look for game time events near you, as well as shared information about good health, good food, and good fun. Build Your Base will not just be the IFL's partner. Build Your Base will be our partner in our communities.
Do you own your home? You may qualify for a cash-out refinance. Cash for home renovations, paying debt, or for whatever you need most. Connect with your local loan officer at Nova Home Loans today and see what you qualify for. Rates are still historically low and home values have increased, which could mean more cash to you. Don't wait. Visit NovaHomeLoans.com today to get started. Nova Home Loans. Our mission is simple. Yes.
Spooner has been revolutionizing our community's experience with physical therapy and hand therapy in the Valley since 1990. Spooner helps you move better and feel better. Through specialized rehabilitation, personalized treatment plans, and functional performance training, our therapists, athletic trainers, and strength coaches provide programming to help you achieve your movement goals in life and on the field. Our team is your team. Visit SpoonerPT.com to find one of our Valley-wide locations near you.
Well, it's halftime here at the Footprint Center, downtown Phoenix, everybody, and a big lead for the Rattlers, 42-27 over the Vegas Nighthawks. And after the halftime talk, Coach Guy is with Sandy Charles.
Thanks, Floyd. Coach, what was your message to your defense at the half?
You know, it's about finishing. I thought last week offensively we stayed in rhythm, for 60 minutes, but I thought our defense relaxed a little bit in the second half last week with a big lead. This is not as big as a lead as it was last week. So we get the ball first. We need to go down and get up 3 possessions, and then our defense needs to come in and start finishing this thing off.
Made some adjustments at running game. What have you seen from Jamal Miles so far?
Well, he brings a lot of speed to the lineup at that position and some matchups because their strong safety has to cover them. And, with him being a guy that can play running back and receiver, he's a great matchup for us.
Awesome. Thank you, Coach. Floyd, back to you.
All right, Sandy, thank you. We're about ready to go for the second half, everybody. A big lead, 15-point advantage right here at halftime for the Arizona Rattlers. Floyd Simmons, Dale Hellestrey getting ready to bring you out to the second half here in a bit. A stat line I want to take a quick look at. Drew Powell throwing the football. He's only run from scrimmage, I believe, 1 time tonight. He's not using his legs, but he's impressing with the arm. And anybody that might be a doubter out there, this guy can pitch the ball around. Out there, 10 of 11, better than 90% completions in the game so far today. 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. Drew Powell is having a great game so far.
Well, and correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think that pass was dropped. I think it was thrown away, because I got chastised by Kevin Guy yesterday when we were talking to him, because I didn't remember many drops last week. That's something they're concentrating on. They've done a tremendous job tonight, and that's a carryover from last week.
There's a lot of noise being made right now in the Snake Pit, everybody. And this place, they have sold a lot of tickets tonight. The Arizona Rattlers several times this season already have taken home the weekly award from the IFL for the most fans. And they did so after the last home game last week. I believe it was over 7,500 fans. And I would say tonight it's closer to 10,000. Here at the Footprint Center, they have opened up several sections in the upper tier of the stadium. So great job on a Memorial Day weekend by the fan base coming out, by Rattler Nation. Rattler Nation, the best fans in the league, coming out to support the team. And they are making a ton of noise as we get set to start the second half. The ball will belong to the Rattlers first. And Drew Powell with his 4 touchdown passes to complement 4 that he threw last week. He scored 4 rushing touchdowns as well. He's going to get the ball first with his team. Isaiah Houston fields the ball. Isaiah is knocked into the dasher boards on the far side at about the 12-yard line. First down for the Rattlers right there, and we'll see if they can add here to their lead to start the second half. Arizona was a perfect 6 of 6 scoring with their possessions in the first half to get this 15-point lead. And Dale, here's another question. Can the Rattlers, who played good defense in the first half, can they maintain the same level of intensity? They've had a hard time putting bookends together, putting two full halves together. We'll see what they're going to do this second half, right?
Well, it's going to be an entirely different game because this game's a close game. The other one was a blowout last week.
We'll see if the defense maintains it. Here's the give, and a nice run from scrimmage by Jamal Miles. He'll get 8, maybe 9 on the carry off the right side using his speed. And it'll be second down and short coming up.
I was wondering if Kevin Guy had the nerve to say, you know what, we're going to come out and run the same play in the second half as we started the first half with, run that little power play to Miles. This time they just hand it off, takes it around the end. Nice gain on first down.
Again, the 15-point advantage for Arizona. And looking at second down and short. Maybe a play you can gamble with a little bit. Drew Powell throws deep, looking for a score. This one is going to be now off the hands and into the concrete. Behind that. That's like, remember when Evel Knievel came flying over and he landed and he would end up out in the parking lot somewhere? That was an Evel Knievel finish right there.
You know what that looked like? And my body aches up here because what that looked like is landing on the turf, the quote-unquote turf at Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia back in the day. It was basically that was painted green, but that doesn't feel too good.
Third down play, the Rattlers, third and shorts. Miles in the backfield. They're going to fake it, and Drew is going to take it. And Powell is to the 24-yard line, 3-yard gain for Drew, and a first down for Arizona. That's only the second run for Drew today. 2 carries, 13 yards. In that first half, Jamal had 2 carries and 46 yards. Of course, one of those was a 45-yard touchdown run.
You have to be more innovative because, again, it's 3rd and 1. Jamal Miles is not going to lower his shoulder pads and run through contact in the middle of those 300-pounders like maybe your starting running back, who you've had played quite a bit, who got injured before the game, Walker. But you can put him outside.
Toss over the middle. There's contact, and I believe we're going to get defensive holding against Vegas. Isaiah Houston was the intended receiver, and his motion up the field was impeded on his way through. So is it holding or interference?
Pass interference, defense, number 19. The ball will be placed at the spot of the foul, automatic. First down.
That is the referee, Reed Brotherton, part of a crew that includes David Ross, Todd Evans, Mark Warner, and Dylan Dunn. And Mr. Brotherton gives you the indicator of a pass interference on the defense.
And what it's done is this Rattler offensive attack, the seam routes, have really given the Vegas defense fits here in the first half in a couple minutes. And that's basically, you're just running down the hash mark and see if you can cover me. And they struggle with that a little bit.
Thank you to Nova Home Loans, presenting sponsors of our instant replays with the Arizona Rattlers. Pass caught, one-handed over the wall, and that is a touchdown!
Well, let's hope it doesn't come at the cost of Drew Powell.
On the field is a touchdown.
That was an unbelievable catch by Isaiah Houston. Watch this. I'm just going to go into no man's land over the wall and bring that one back in. What a play by Isaiah Houston.
Absolutely unbelievable.
And a great assist there to not get in the way by the coaching staff.
Well, coaching staff, fans, those kind of things I thought for sure.
Timeout.
Well, what a way to start the second half for the Rattlers. They get the ball first, and they quickly dial up a touchdown. 49-27 now the lead for Arizona. A quick timeout. This is Arizona Rattlers football.
With the final pick of the draft, Bet Rivers has selected Izzy from Illinois.
Love this pick. Izzy does her research using the BetRivers.com sportsbook app to access player and team stats before betting her multi-game, same-game parlay for a bigger payout.
She's also discovered that they have odds boosts and award-winning customer service.
That's true, Dan.
And that Jerome can eat an entire pizza by himself.
Also true.
Bet Rivers Sportsbook app and football. It's a whole new game.
Every body is different. Some get injured while others wear down. At Ortho Arizona, your unique condition is at the center of what we do. With over 20 locations and 70 physicians in the Valley, we offer orthopedic procedures, therapy, and athletic performance for the most important reason of all, getting you back to an active, pain-free life. Ortho Arizona, your destination for quality orthopedic care since 1994.
National Championship Football in Vegas. The Dollar Loan Center Indoor Football League National Championship. The best indoor football in the world in Vegas. August 5th at the Dollar Loan Center. The best in the country collide, and a national champion will be crowned. Tickets are on sale now. Get yours at IFLNationalChampionship.com.
Take a look again at the replay here. The Nova Home Loans instant replay of that touchdown pass thrown by Drew Powell. He took a big shot right there at the end. You see him get planted. Dale, you were watching that and so concerned about the hit on Drew that you almost missed that catch at the end entirely.
Oh, no, I definitely missed the catch. I'd given up on that. Tremendous catch. We've been through that, but right there, Ferguson, Javon Ferguson, number 25 for Vegas. Free run at Powell. Took him right at the ribs. Powell took the shot, was able to get up. Let's hope it doesn't have lasting impact.
Boy, you know, your quarterback has really got to be the toughest guy on the field, and Drew Powell with a demonstration of just how tough you got to be, and he was. And here is the ball fielded by Vegas, and it's brought out to the 7-yard line. It is first down for the Nighthawks.
Well, another reason he's taking some of these shots is Coach Guy talked to us yesterday. But Jamal Miles is the running back. Well, he's not going to stand in there and pass block, so they've got a lot of empty formation tonight. The Rattlers have, just like we saw last week against the Rattlers, and so you have that free run at the quarterback.
So now a lot of work for Vegas to get done. The snap is bobbled, dropped, a lot of pressure. Let it go. Hey, look at this. Randolph with the catch into the boards and now into the first row. And he's going to get a little help. He might have got a little aggressive help from the fan right there. But that was a nice catch and a good job under pressure by DeQuan Neal to deliver to Quentin Randolph.
Oh, did a tremendous job, Neal did. Low snap, able to keep it. Watch how this play starts. On his left knee or a little bit below, pressure all over Neal. Still able to fire the ball down the field. Pick up positive yards in the first down.
Here we go, third quarter, everybody. The Rattlers already have striked. Can I say that? Oh, a pump fake. Neal gets a block. Boy, that was dangerously close on that block, wasn't it? As far as the angle. And it ends up being a nice block to give a little bit of room to run around that edge. Corey Woodruff, the guy that provided the ceiling block on the edge there, and Neal able to take it for 5 yards. Second down and 5 coming up.
Vegas setting up the screen and talking about Harold Love again, just jamming up the middle. Geis was somewhere amongst the monsters, and Neal couldn't find him, so he ran the ball himself.
A whole lot of love in the middle of the defense. Second down and 5, quick toss, left side. That'll be short of a first down. How about Devontae Day Merriweather coming up, applying a huge hit on Caleb Hawley.
Well, they list him at 6'1", 200 pounds. Merriweather looks like he's shot out of a cannon right there. Lowers that shoulder. Hits like he's about a 240-pound linebacker. You know you've been hit when Devontae hits you.
How about having that 1-2 punch on your defense? Cecil Cherry at linebacker and Devontae Merriweather at the strong safety. You got two guys like that on your defense, you're going to get some physical play. You see an example right there, 4-yard gain that last play. Third down and 1 now for DeQuan Neal. The Nighthawks, he'll fake it, get a little pressure, and throw it wide of the grasp of Darius Geis. Could not haul it in. It's incomplete. 4th down and 1 coming up.
Sherry recognized it, came up, altered the route a little bit right there. Darius Geis, timing was off on the screen, kind of threw the ball away. Now it's 4th down, and this is one of those plays. You got to stop here if you're the Rattlers. You can put this game away.
Yeah, monumental, right? And here's my thing. Okay, there's Darius Geis. They go to him on 3rd down and 1. But they go to him on a pass play. Why not give the big fella, give him the rock there with short yardage to go?
Things that make you go,
We'll see. He's going to line up in the backfield with the quarterback, with Neal. Take a toss that way, throw toward the end zone, intercepted. No, it's dropped, doesn't matter. That was a 4th down play. There is a marker down on the far side of the field, so we'll see if the possession stays alive for Vegas, but Javon Jackson had the ball in his hands for a moment and then lost it.
Looks like it might be illegal contact on a Rattler defender.
It's, by the way, away from the play.
Umpire pick, offense, number 1.
Oh.
That penalty is declined. The result of the play brings up 1st down, Arizona.
DeQuan Neal is not happy. We saw that call last week work against the Rattlers. This time they get the benefit of it.
Floyd, I've seen it called once in each game, as you said, and I'm not sure. I don't know how that was an umpire pick. Nobody ran into him, but it's kind of a devastating penalty.
You'll get kind of a look at it right there. Well, maybe not. You're not going to really see it on that look. Well, listen, the penalty then it was inconsequential. The play was away from where the penalty took place. It was a good play by Javon Jackson to get in the passing lane and knock it down, and a stop for the Rattler defense. This Rattlers defense has really made some big plays, done some big things to add to the success these last 2 weeks, and now an opportunity to go 4 scores ahead here in the 2nd half.
Well, right now, officials and the coaching staff for Vegas talking, I don't understand it either. How can it be an umpire pick if nobody touches the umpire? A pick, by its definition, if somebody runs into you. Nobody ran into the umpire there. And now they're checking to see if they can check it. You know, because now you got instant replay, and you can challenge calls, but there's certain things you can't challenge, or some things you can challenge. And they're trying to talk their way into a challenge.
Well, let me ask you a question. Why would you challenge it? What is the benefit to challenge, unless I'm mistaken here? I am thinking about something else. I'm thinking about Drew Powell, and I'm going to talk about that in a moment, but why would you waste the challenge right here? What good do you get out of it?
Because it was 4th down.
Yeah, it was 4th down, but the pass was broken up.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Vegas is challenging the previous play that there was illegal contact within the belt by Arizona. The previous play is under further review.
But you're right.
Okay, the challenge is that Arizona committed a penalty, not the illegal pick. They're challenging that. So if they can win that challenge, yes. Now it makes sense. I just thought they were challenging the illegal umpire pick.
Yeah, because I hope we can see a replay, and whether it's in here or on our monitors, the umpire did not get hit from my vantage point. The umpire's right there on the 2-yard line, middle of the field. No contact, no contact, no contact. Still no contact. I don't understand how that is. Maybe I don't understand the definition of a pick.
Maybe not. They're reviewing it right now. It gives me a chance to talk about Drew Powell. Well, guess what? Drew Powell has 80 career rushing touchdowns as an Arizona Rattler. And he's done that in a relatively short span of time, because the guy who had the record before, or who has the record now, that's Bo Kelly. He was able to amass his total of 81 rushing touchdowns from 1996 through 99. That's 4 seasons. And then from 01 to 07, that's another 7 seasons. So it took him a long time, Bo Kelly to get to 81. Well, Drew Powell's got 80 right now, and Drew Powell joined the team in 2019.
Which is absolutely astonishing when you look what he's done with his 2 MVPs, the seasons he's put together. All you can do is shake your head in amazement. I just saw, and as impressive as all those numbers are, the shot that he took on the last play, they threw a touchdown on, and he's back out here, that's almost as impressive, the toughness that he has inside him. So
if you look at the games that he's played since he came back, they're showing a replay on the big screen. The
umpire did have to move back.
Okay. How about the call, which is illegal contact by the defender on a player that wasn't lined up in front of him, right? Or I don't have the exact verbiage down.
Neither do I.
Because it's one of those unique IFL penalties. Here's the call.
After review, the ruling on the field stands as called. Vegas will be charged a timeout. They have 1 challenge remaining for the game. It'll be first down, Arizona.
That's Reed Brotherton right there, the referee making the call, and you heard the reaction from the fans. The Arizona fans love it. The challenge is lost by Vegas, and Arizona's got this opportunity with the football in hand, an opportunity to move ahead 4 scores here in this third quarter. 7:46 on the clock, 49-27. Rattlers in front, and they will wind the clock and get it going. Motion on either side of Drew Powell. Handoff, Braxton Haley. And Braxton, he feigned like he was going to give himself up and then lowered the shoulder to gain a little bit more. Tried to run through that tackle and then got driven into the boards. That is a first down. Gain of 15 on the play for Braxton Haley.
Seen a lot more of that misdirection by the Rattler offense and Kevin Guy with not a starting running back in there, so he's mixing it up a little bit now, giving different guys an opportunity, but it's all out on the edge. All out on the edge where there's not going to be a violent collision with a 340-pounder.
Real loans for real people living real lives. Nova Home Loans brings you our instant replay package here with the Arizona Rattlers. Handoff to Haley again. How about this? No running back on the roster. There's a marker, late marker from behind the play after the tackle was made. No running back activated on the roster today because Morian Walker was injured in practice yesterday. Could not get, by the time they found out he was injured, the Rattlers just couldn't do anything and make a move to activate a running back.
Personal foul, low block, defense, number 8. That penalty is half the distance to the goal and is an automatic first down.
Boy, the news just keeps getting worse for Vegas Nighthawks fans. There's another penalty that will cost their team, and that'll be a first down moving deep into Nighthawks territory.
Well, and they're one. Have you ever heard of a low block on a defender?
Yeah, I never have.
Yeah, I'm hearing some interesting calls, but thank goodness they're all going against Vegas.
You know, they talk a lot of smack out there, so maybe every once in a while, a low blow. Hey, that's a low blow, man. But outside, no low block, no. And mentioning about the running back situation, so Jamal Miles, who lines up in the backfield with Powell right now, has been handling the running back duties. And he'll get a toss sweep left side, bowl over a couple of defenders and get to about the 7-yard line. But you just got to see a little twist on that with Braxton Haley running from scrimmage a couple of times on this possession. So Coach Guy has had to be imaginative, had to be creative with his roster today.
He did, and when we talked with him, it was shortly after that deadline that you could make a roster change. I think it's 1 o'clock our time. Once that hits, your roster's set, no matter what happens the rest of Friday and Saturday morning. And so he could not make any moves. He was a little frustrated at that point in time.
Powell puts him in motion, fakes to Isaiah Scott, keeps himself. Powell goes into the end zone to tie the all-time rushing touchdown record for the Arizona Rattlers. That is career rushing touchdown number 81 as an Arizona Rattler by Drew Powell. He ties the record.
He is just so adept. And the play was supposed to go over left guard. He stutter steps, lets guys run by, great vision, and then explodes through a hole. You're not going to arm tackle Drew Powell.
And here's the kick. It's up, and it's good by McInerney. And you'll look at it again on the Nova Home Loans instant replay. Drew Powell takes it in, ties the record, and the Rattlers are ahead big time. 56-27, everybody. More second half action on the way here. It's Arizona Rattlers football.
Do you own your home? You may qualify for a cash-out refinance. Cash for home renovations, paying debt, or for whatever you need most. Connect with your local loan officer at Nova Home Loans today and see what you qualify for. Rates are still historically low and home values have increased, which could mean more cash to you. Don't wait. Visit NovaHomeLoans.com today to get started. Nova Home Loans. Our mission is simple. Yes.
Spooner has been revolutionizing our community's experience with physical therapy and hand therapy in the Valley since 1990. Spooner helps you move better and feel better. Through specialized rehabilitation, personalized treatment plans, and functional performance training, our therapists, athletic trainers, and strength coaches provide programming to help you achieve your movement goals in life and on the field. Our team is your team. Visit SpoonerPT.com to find one of our Valley-wide locations near you.
The Barstool Sports Arizona Bowl means 100 for Tucson. Over 100 million to boost our local economy since 2015. Plus, 100% of all profits to local charities. Over 4 million. And the Bowls Heroes program gives thousands of tickets to our vets, active military, first responders, and teachers. Learn more and buy tickets to the December 30th game at thearizonabowl.com.
Here come the Arizona Rattlers to kick it away. And there was a whistle down. A whistle. No flag down, sorry. No flag down, but a whistle before the kickoff, and I think they're going to just ask the Rattlers to re-kick the ball.
Well,
everybody?
I think that the Rattlers are excited to kick the ball off. I think the TV timeout guy with the orange things on his arm.
That's Bob, by the way.
Bob, the red hat, but he wears orange things on his forearms.
Yeah.
Got a little exuberant with the replay call, if you could have seen it, and then he almost got trampled over by somebody trying to cover the kickoff.
I gotcha. You better watch out. All right, here's the line drive kick. Nice kick, beautiful kick that will slip by the return man and then go unplayable. It'll go to the 5-yard line.
The ruling on the field is that the kick went out of bounds through the end zone. First down, Vegas, 5-yard line.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, look at this. If Drew Powell happens to score again, he will break the record. This is what's on the way. We're giving you a little preview of a graphic you'll see on the Arizona Rattlers social media sites. Brandon Duenas, who handles the media work for the Rattlers and put that graphic together, gracious enough to share that with us. And that's what you're going to get to see should Drew Powell get into the end zone again today with a rushing touchdown. He will have broken the all-time career rushing record for touchdowns with the Rattlers. Here's an incomplete pass to Geis on the left side. Well, there is a marker down in the backfield.
Yeah, they're going to get Cherry, I think, for a late hit this time. Been toying with it a little bit.
Personal foul, roughing the passer. Defense, number 52. 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Well, Scary Cherry didn't like the call.
No. And by the way, speaking of Brandon doing a tremendous job getting us our information, all that, probably his most impressive feat to me as I see him on the field before the game, and literally less than 5 minutes later, he shows up full suit, full tie, hair done, and shaved. And he's like Superman.
He found a phone booth somewhere. Here comes the throw, and we got a new quarterback, and that's incomplete, just behind the receiver. Boy, dangerously behind the receiver. The intended receiver was Jonathan Johnson. The quarterback, Joe Mancuso, is the guy that has taken over and taking snaps now, at least for the moment, for the Vegas Nighthawks. So DeQuan Neal, what's the situation there? You know, he just did get hit. He was the quarterback, wasn't he, on that pass attempt a moment ago on the first play of the drive? when the hit was delivered by Cecil Cherry.
I believe you are correct.
Maybe we could go back after this play and look at that replay. Well, there's Mancuso right there. So it was Mancuso the entire time on this drive. So don't know right now what the status is on Daquan Neal, but Mancuso will stay on. 3:49 on the clock, third quarter, and he's going to take a pop, and he'll flip it, try to get it to Geis. That's incomplete. Oh, and the official on the far side took a big hit by Scary Cherry.
Keep your eyes up, Mr. Cherry. Keep your eyes. See what you hit. See what you hit.
And he came flying out there toward the dasher pad, and the official, he happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. Let's see the finish of it right here. Whoa.
That's Mr. Keyser. Known him for a number of years. Refs a lot of Rattlers games. Let's hope he's okay. He's had a few surgeries. He loves driving. You missed the sack. Had a chance to do it right there. As soon as your blocker, Geis, turns upfield, that's when you flip it. You can see Vegas has said, you know what, we're going to live to fight another day. They're taking so much time between plays.
Yeah, third down. They just want to try to get out of here at this point. Mancuso with the completed pass to Geis coming across the formation. A nice little catch by the running back, the fullback type, really, is what he is, right? Darius Geis, 6'1", 225, and he was able to turn that into a gain of 5 yards on the play, third down and 5 coming
I'm
up.
just not sure what these opposing coaches are thinking. Why are you putting your starting quarterback in harm's way? I understand every once in a while, but down after down after down, it does not make any sense to me. Even the Rattlers tonight have had Jamal Miles line up as a running back and block a couple times.
Well, here's the throw to the right side. It'll be a first down. The catch is made. That's Holly hauling it in. That's Caleb Holly on the receiving end, 6'3" and 200 pounds, and a gain of 7 for the first down.
It's here this time to keep Geis in, and obviously the pass rush. The pass rush is not as good when you keep that fourth blocker in.
There's the fastball to the near side. And thank you to Nova Home Loans, our presenting replay sponsors for Arizona Rattlers football. A minute 29 remaining in this third period. Geis gets the flip left side this time, cuts it back, and the big fella goes down at about the 10.5 yard line with a nice little gain. Want to remind you that coming up, the Arizona Rattlers will be back home again on June 11th. That is a Sunday. The next home game is on Sunday, June 11th, 3:05 in the afternoon as they take on the Bay Area Panthers. You can get your tickets at azrattlers.com. Arizona takes on Bay Area. That's a Sunday afternoon game. 3:05 p.m., everybody.
Well, that means your old rear end is getting bed early, right, Floyd?
Yeah, that's right. I love it. Hey, look at this. Nice blocking up front. And a touchdown for Darius Geis. He'll take it in from the 10-yard line, and he goes untouched for the score. With 35 seconds of the clock counting down, there'll be time, I believe, to attempt a point after, and then the quarter is going to end pretty quick. Let's see, they haven't started the play clock yet. And in fact, if they chose to, Vegas could just let the clock run out here in the quarter and run the point after in the fourth period, right? Am I correct about that?
Yeah, it's 10 seconds on the play clock, on the game clock. More on the play clock.
So 3 seconds. Is Mancuso going to let it run down? I think he is. They're not going to snap the ball. The quarter is going to end, and the point after try will come in the fourth period. Everybody, they'll flip the sides of the field, and the official's going to go ahead and let them run the play.
Yes, we remember we ran into this last week where we went to commercial break and said, no, you got to finish the extra point, no matter what it is, kicking it or going for 2.
So it becomes untimed.
Yep.
Well, the clock running after scores outside of the 1 minute mark of either half is one of the brilliant things about the indoor football league. It really speeds up the pace of the games and makes these games so exciting.
Now we got.
And they're going to move the ball. It was at the 2. It goes back to where it belongs at the 3 for the 2-point try. And Mancuso on at quarterback for Vegas. Lines his 2 guys up on the right side to go in motion. Looks that way, throws toward the pylon, front pylon. It's incomplete to Randolph to end.
The 2-point try is no good. This is the end of the third quarter.
As I was saying, to end the third period. So the fourth quarter is on the way, everybody, and the Rattlers comfortably in front again, as they were last week, in picking up a victory over Northern Arizona. Tonight against the Vegas Nighthawks, it's 56-33 Arizona. We go to the fourth period after this, everybody. Arizona Rattlers football.
If DJ Citizen Jane quit on her passion for music, she never would have left her career as a detective to pursue it. If she let starting at the bottom scare her, she never would have hustled to play bigger and bigger shows. And if she was content with being one of the best Latina artists in Miami, she wouldn't be electrifying the crowd in sold-out shows around the world. That's the fighting spirit. That's what makes a lion. Modelo, root for those with a fighting spirit.
With the next pick of the draft, BetRivers selects Mark from Michigan.
This is a surprise. But sources tell me he's ready to go from same-game parlays to betting our new multi-game same-game parlay.
Where you can combine more than one same-game parlay in the same bet for bigger payouts.
Exactly, Dan. He's a fan of daily odds boosts and
BetRivers award-winning customer service.
How'd you know?
I got sources too, Jerome. BetRivers Sportsbook app and football. It's a whole new game.
On to the fourth quarter, football fans. Thank you for joining us, Rattler Nation, for this broadcast of Arizona Rattlers football. 56-33. Arizona leads the Vegas Nighthawks. This Vegas team beat Arizona in Henderson, Nevada. 2 games back for Arizona. Close game there, 55-54 was the final. The Rattlers had a great opportunity at the end of the game to win it. Drew Powell made a mistake, threw the ball to the wrong guy. And the Rattlers' last gasp hope to win that game on the road fell just short. But the Rattlers have had a couple of those games this year, Dale, losses on the record books that were so close. Rattlers had their chances, let's just put it that way.
Well, and again, so they faced adversity. They seem to overcome that as of right now. Not sure why you're kicking it out.
Deep kick it away. And Rattlers are going to get the ball back. They're going to get it at the 20-yard line. After that one
By
goes
rule,
deep.
the ball will be placed at the 25-yard line. First down, Arizona.
Okay, 25-yard line.
Yeah, that's their second one over the dasher board. But they faced that adversity. Now they've come out the other end. And interesting to me, when does Kevin Guy make the change at quarterback? And it looks like he's going to make that change right now. Get Powell off the field. He tied the record, put 56 points up on the board in 3 quarters.
So Jorge Reyna will come out, and this is pretty classic Kevin Guy. He'll get a starting quarterback off the field with a sizable lead and protect one of the most valuable players in this league. Here's the give to Jamal Miles, breaking tackles. Well, you're not going to... Jamal's not that big, but he's not going to go down that easily either with a jersey tackle like that, arm tackle. So an 11-yard gain for Jamal and a first down for the Rattlers.
Great lower body strength. Nice job right side of that offensive line. Again, you got Lamar Mady. You got Cole Carter up there doing a whale of a job, and J.J. Coleman, the other offensive lineman who played all the snaps the last 2 weeks.
Empty backfield. Reyna looks right all the way, and that's going to be pass interference on the defender. Isaiah Scott got in front, and you know, that was just it's really all that the defender Jeff Adjicum could do.
Again, that seam route going right up the hash mark.
Pass interference, defense number 19. The foul occurred in the end zone. The ball will be placed at the 2-yard line. First down, Arizona.
You take a look at it again.
Correction. The foul occurred at the 4-yard line. First down.
Okay, so the mugging took place on the field of play.
Well, and again, there's a lot of questionable pass interference calls. That was not questionable. And what I did love, really, at the end was that Jeff Adjicum immediately held his hands out like, what are you calling? And then he realized, well, that's on me, and I did it. Helped the Rattler receiver up.
Flip it out to Jamal Miles. First time Jamal hasn't gained positive yardage in the running game today. He lost a yard back to the 5-yard line on that play. Well, let's look at Drew Powell's numbers as he closes out his night. Played the first 3 quarters of this one before yielding to that guy right there, Jorge Reyna. Well, Drew was 11 of 13 in this game. Really did not make a mistake at all. That's 85% pass completions, 151 yards, 5 touchdown passes, and a quarterback rating of 309.1. I didn't know you could get to 309.
I know weight-wise I can get to 309. I didn't know quarterback rating went that high.
You shovel it out to Isaiah Houston as Dale Hellestrae shovels it this way in the broadcast. That's a loss of another yard on the play out to the 6-yard line.
Well, I will let Sandy go first before I said what I was going to say.
Sandy?
Dale, you guys you're talking about Drew Powell, and I actually talked to him about what's clicking now for this offense. I know Reyna's out there now. Powell told me the excitement, the new guys they brought in new energy, but now they're starting to turn the page and understand what is being asked of them. So it's all coming together at the right time, and they're in a good groove, he told me. Dale, now what was your thought?
Not as good as that one.
Jorge Reyna fires toward the corner. Pass caught. That is an Arizona Rattlers touchdown. 3rd touchdown reception for Braxton Haley today.
And another run into the dasher board. Haley catches the ball. Tremendous concentration once again. Gets it into the end zone. What I was going to say about Drew Powell, correct me if I'm wrong, Floyd, you said he finished the game at 11 for 13.
Correct.
So he's 0 for 1 in the second half, 3rd quarter.
Correct. No, he was 10 of 11 in the first half.
Oh, was he 10 of 11? Okay,
yeah,
all right.
Great reaction by McInerney. Do we have a replay on McInerney's celebration of the kick? And he certainly loved. Let's see if we followed him out here. Here's the point after try. You don't often get a replay on the kicker. Yeah, everybody's having fun today, Dale, and you're leading the way right there. We've got 11:21 remaining 4th quarter, a 30-point advantage for the Arizona Rattlers, and more Arizona Rattlers football continues right after this.
Every body is different. Some get injured, while others wear down. At Ortho Arizona, your unique condition is at the center of what we do. With over 20 locations and 70 physicians in the Valley, we offer orthopedic procedures, therapy, and athletic performance for the most important reason of all, getting you back to an active, pain-free life. Ortho Arizona, your destination for quality orthopedic care since 1994.
The Barstool Sports Arizona Bowl means 100 for Tucson. Over $100 million to boost our local economy since 2015. Plus, 100% of all profits to local charities. Over $4 million. And the Bowls Heroes program gives thousands of tickets to our vets, active military, first responders, and teachers. Learn more and buy tickets to the December 30th game at thearizonabowl.com.
Do you own your home? You may qualify for a cash-out refinance. Cash for home renovations, paying debt, or for whatever you need most. Connect with your local loan officer at Nova Home Loans today and see what you qualify for. Rates are still historically low and home values have increased, which could mean more cash to you. Don't wait. Visit NovaHomeLoans.com today to get started. Nova Home Loans. Our mission is simple. Yes.
Hey, they're having fun in Phoenix, everybody. The fist pump cam is going on right now out there on the field. We're having fun in the broadcast booth. It's a fun day to be an Arizona Rattler. I'll tell you that. 63-33 the score here. 11:21 on the clock in the fourth quarter. That guy right there, Braxton Haley, going to get out there and cover the kick after catching the touchdown pass from Jorge Reyna a moment ago. How about Braxton Haley's day? 4 catches, 47 yards, 3 touchdowns. Teammate Isaiah Houston, 4 catches, 56 yards to lead the team in receiving today, and also 3 touchdown catches for Isaiah, including that phenomenal reach over the wall catch. He also had a great one-handed catch deep downfield earlier in the game. Boy, I tell you, Isaiah's had a game. Braxton's had a great game as we watch this line drive kick. And it's going to roll around in the end zone and then slip and fall. And the touch made at the 7-yard line for this possession for Vegas coming up. Well, another guy that's had a great game with a 309.1 quarterback rating today. 11 of 13, 151 in yardage, 5 touchdown passes. Drew Powell is with Sandy Charles.
Thanks, Floyd. Drew, making history tonight. How much fun is this game tonight?
It's fun to get a win in the snake crowd. It's nothing like it.
How closely do you watch where you are with Chasing History?
Well, I just found out about it yesterday before the game. I had a chance to break it, but I never really looked at it or paid attention to it honestly, because it's about trying to win the game. It's a good.
Last one, the chemistry with your receivers tonight. How would you describe the chemistry with your receivers?
Oh man, I told them in the huddle. Tonight I feel like we put it all together. We finally clicked. This group, these guys been there like three years. So tonight we kind of all just put it all together, and it's a beauty to see.
Thanks, Drew. Congrats, guys. Back to you.
I think we got most of that conversation with Drew. Thanks, Sandy. Drew Powell, he's thrown the ball extremely well today. He thrown for 5 touchdowns, ran for 1 touchdown to tie the Arizona Rattlers career rushing touchdown record with 81 touchdowns. And if he scores another one in his career with the Rattlers, he will own that record all by himself. Here's a pass caught downfield by Caleb Holly. He'll go into the pads at the 20-yard line. Gain of 13 on the play for the Vegas Nighthawks.
Well, it is fun, and it's fun to see this team come together. And again, I think obviously the offense is going to get the headlines and talk about this record and that record. But I think this is a direct testimony to the defense stepping up, standing up, and being accounted for, and taking the challenge given by this coaching staff, and just doing a tremendous job. Again, you don't see many plays at all where there's one guy making a tackle. There's 2 guys. There's 3 guys. Everybody's running the football. They're playing with energy. They're playing with physicality. And this is at least what I'm more used to seeing from the Arizona Rattlers than the way they kind of muddled through those first 6-7 games.
You just saw Darius Geis go 3 yards straight ahead for the Nighthawks. 2nd down and 7 now. The ball just shy of midfield. And under 9 minutes remaining. Fake it to Geis. Mancuso, who will complete the pass to the Arizona about the 14-yard line. And the guy that came down with it is Jonathan Johnson. These big receivers. This guy's 6'3", 210. And a first down for the Nighthawks.
Hey, you think about the Indoor Football League, and you think about points and all those things. And just kind of interesting that the Vegas Knights kind of seem like they pack things in here fairly early. We don't know the status of Daquan Neal right now. Was he taken out because of the situation of the game, or is it an injury?
Yeah, it's really a good question. You were pointing out the way that Vegas was approaching things, taking time, managing a little more conservative offense. That they've really checked it in the second half, and they might have checked it in for Daquan Neal and just said, look, we've got a great quarterback right here, one of the best in the league. We're going to keep this guy upright and safe to fight another battle another day. I mean, I don't know if that's what happened, but I could see it happening for sure.
It certainly looks that way.
Yep.
And honestly, I don't know, other than silly pride, I don't know why more coaches don't do it in situations like this.
Fake it and throw it to Geis on the screen pass. Tracked down from behind. That's a pretty good job, Justin Thomas, running him down from behind to get in on the tackle. Tried to get the ball loose, didn't come out, and it goes to the 6-yard line. There's a marker down.
Now let's watch the end of this play. Merriweather and number's not on the roster. Big number 74.
Holding offense, number 71. 10-yard penalty, second down.
Just hasn't gone Vegas' way tonight. 7:07 left in this fourth quarter.
I gotta say something, Floyd, though. As I'm watching that play unfold, the play's basically blown dead on the other side of in the dasher board. This foul happened on this side of the hash mark. Had nothing to do with the play. I think sometimes you, as an official, you just have to use your common sense and go, unless it's a 15-yard penalty type of thing, let's just play football. You can tell both teams just want to get out of here.
So it's second down and long after that. Fake it, throw it to the end zone, and it's taken away. Interception in the end zone. Dylan Winfrey stays on his feet with the football, and Dylan's got another interception. There you go, that guy right there.
Timeout.
Timeout taken on the field with 6:38 remaining in regulation. Arizona 63, Vegas 33. More fourth quarter football coming up. Arizona Rattlers football.
BetRivers has selected Izzy from Illinois.
Izzy does her research using the BetRivers.com sportsbook app to access player and team stats.
Amazing. BetRivers Sportsbook app and football. It's a whole new game.
DJ Citizen Jane quit on her passion for music, she never would have left her career as a detective to pursue it. If she let starting at the bottom scare her, she never would have hustled to play bigger and bigger shows. And if she was content with being one of the best Latina artists in Miami, she wouldn't be electrifying the crowd in sold-out shows around the world. That's the fighting spirit. That's what makes a lion. Modelo, root for those with a fighting spirit.
We'll bring you back to Phoenix, everybody. 63-33. The Arizona Rattlers lead the Vegas Nighthawks. Our next home game and the next home broadcast of Arizona Rattlers football is in a couple of weeks. Sunday, June 11th. You can catch it here at the Snake Pit, 3:05 p.m. That's a Sunday afternoon showdown with the Bay Area Panthers, 3:05 in the afternoon on June 11th. Get your tickets now, azrattlers.com. And Let's check in with Sandy again. Sandy, you got something on Dylan Winfrey, do you?
Yes, thanks, Floyd. I spoke with Dylan Winfrey about interceptions and all of the chemistry going on with the defensive line, and he said, I love it. They're getting after the quarterback. He said, that's why I tell people, whenever you see an interception, go talk to the big men up front, because that means the quarterback was scared, and that's what you saw right there.
Incomplete pass on this attempt to Jamal Miles. Thanks, Sandy. And Jorge Reyna unable to connect. That'll be an incomplete pass, but the clock continues to roll. 6 minutes and 13 seconds remaining. Ball at the 5-yard line for Arizona. 2nd down and 15 coming up. And in a few moments, we're also going to get a chance to talk to one of those defensive personnel for the Arizona Rattlers before we close out our broadcast. At the end of the broadcast, as always, we'll talk with the head coach, Kevin Guy. I'm telling you, he's living pretty large right now. A couple of big wins, back-to-back weeks for Coach Guy and the Rattlers. Is it too early to call this one, Dale?
It's 30 points.
What is Nostradamus, as we watch that incomplete pass to Braxton Haley, what does Nostradamus have to say?
Nostradamus says, you know what? I think you could go ahead, unbutton your tie, unbutton your pants, get comfortable that the game is over with. Now, I do want, if I can, I know I'm not the director of the show or really have any say in anything up here.
Not much.
But I'm hoping I could suggest the first question for Sandy to Kevin Guy.
Okay.
Do I have that authority?
You can suggest.
Okay.
Okay. Let's hear your suggestion right after we see what Jorge Reyna can do with this low snap. Oh, a lot of pressure on him, and he throws it right into the back of his offensive lineman. It skips up into the air, and that's an interception. That is an interception and a takeaway, I believe, for the Vegas defense, which would be the first today. The Rattlers haven't fumbled it. They have not thrown an interception. They have not turned the ball over.
The ruling on the field is that Vegas intercepted the ball at the 6-yard line. 1st down.
Let's watch the ball. I believe it hits the back of his offensive. Well, it hit a defender maybe. And I don't think it ever touched that beautiful Rattlers turf.
No, that was one of those interesting things about the shape of the football.
Batted around by a couple of different players, and Gabriel McCoy came down with it. The shape of the football.
Well, tighten that tie up a little bit, Floyd.
Yeah, I got to re-clip the clip-on tie here.
Still not a whole lot of urgency from Vegas.
Here's Joe Mancuso. Here's the give. And that is Geis with the carry. And Cecil Cherry's helmet comes flying off as he makes the tackle short of the goal line. Geis couldn't get in there. There's a marker down right in the middle of all that traffic.
Whoever's marker that is, they need to get it washed. It looks a little dingy.
Illegal defense. Arizona. Linebacker inside the belt. Half the distance to the goal. Replay. 1st down.
Nothing more to add to Reed Brotherton's explanation. And with 4:22 remaining in regulation, Holly in motion. Mancuso carries. Hit quickly and folded up by the defense. It might have been Cherry, the guy that got the first contact on the quarterback straight up the middle. And the tackle is made in the vicinity of the original line of scrimmage on that play.
Be careful there, Harold Love. He came out of the pile and kind of kicked, high-stepped it a little bit. Big number 99. You don't want to pull a hamstring here last 4 minutes of the game.
Down to 3:41 remaining if you're looking at a timeout total. Vegas has 2 remaining. The Rattlers not likely to tap into their full complement of 3 timeouts that remain.
Well, remember the interesting thing now, that last minute of the game.
Boy, look at this. Guys denied. And another great job on that defense. Devontae Merriweather among those at the tip of the spear on defense, and a whole lot of love right there. Harold Love getting involved as well.
Well, last minute used to be you had to gain positive yards to keep the clock moving on offense. Now you can just take a knee and let the clock run. I think that's a smart rule change in the Indoor Football League. Met with rave reviews.
Vegas head coach Mike Davis gives the call to his quarterback, Joe Mancuso, and the Nighthawks, they'd love to get some points on the board. I'm quite sure of that. But they also want to milk that clock as much as they possibly can. Keep Arizona off the field if they can, at least limit their opportunities. Here's an incomplete pass, a lot of contact in the end zone, and a lot of flags coming at the play.
It's always funny because, you know, if there's one flag there, you can maybe argue your point a little bit as a player.
Pass interference, defense, number 5. The foul occurred in the end zone. By rule, the ball will be placed at the 2-yard line, first down.
You can kind of argue your case a little bit, but when you look down and there's 2 flags at your feet, you just kind of say, you know what, you got me, go back to the huddle.
Take a look at the Nova Home Loans instant replay. Thank you to Nova Home Loans, our presenting sponsors of our replay package. That was the multiple flags coming out. First and goal, ball on the turf. Nice bounce right back up into the hands of the runner, Jonathan Johnson, able to scoop it up, take it in. That's a score for the Nighthawks.
Well, I'm glad there wasn't an injury. Watch number 71, left guard. He's not. Wasn't quite as bad as when I first saw it, but watch him come into your living room, fall in the back of the legs.
It's Chris Terrell.
Definitely a grab. I thought he chopped him on the back of his legs initially.
Now Terrell is okay. He had the rare double shoulder pads come out. Look at this. I think he's still got him. Well, his teammates are helping him out. He had the rare double shoulder pads sticking out of his jersey. Dale, you ever had that one?
I've never hit anybody that hard, Floyd.
It's hard to do. Mancuso fires to the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. And it's off the hands of Caleb Hawley, and that is going to be a turnover on downs. That was a 4th down attempt. Or pardon me, what am I saying? A point after try. They went for 2.
And you got to keep your head up when you're sitting down there in Ron's chalet. Those balls come into the VIP area quickly, fastly, and can destroy tables.
Can really upset your beverage of choice,
yes, it can.
Well, we're going to stay here through the kickoff, and then the 1-minute warning, then that final minute for Vegas to try to get out of here healthy, and for the Rattlers to work their way down to a game-winning celebration.
All right, so here's the question I want Sandy to ask. First, out of the gate.
Okay, Sandy, this is what he wants you to ask, okay?
Okay.
And then you guys vote and tell me if she's got the guts to go with it.
Oh, no, I'm scared.
All I'm saying is, initially, Coach, congratulations on your victory, and then stop at the blah, blah, blah. Say, Coach, we have it on good authority that this season has been entirely turned around by some talk that is starting to gain some momentum. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Okay. Is there some inside information there?
Well, I talked to the team last Friday before the game.
So you're still living off of. You're still trying to get mileage out of the.
Still.
I'm gonna veto this.
No, you gotta ask it. You got it.
Okay.
This is the 1-minute warning.
All right, we'll continue that thought here in a moment as we go out to our final timeout here in the 4th quarter. 63-39. Arizona with the comfortable lead. This is Arizona Rattlers football. Back in a moment.
Do you own your home? You may qualify for a cash-out refinance. Cash for home renovations, paying debt, or for whatever you need most. Connect with your local loan officer at Nova Home Loans today and see what you qualify for. Rates are still historically low and home values have increased, which could mean more cash to you. Don't wait. Visit NovaHomeLoans.com today to get started. Nova Home Loans. Our mission is simple. Yes.
Every body is different. Some get injured while others wear down. At Ortho Arizona, your unique condition is at the center of what we do. With over 20 locations and 70 physicians in the Valley, we offer orthopedic procedures, therapy, and athletic performance for the most important reason of all, getting you back to an active, pain-free life. Ortho Arizona, your destination for quality orthopedic care since 1994.
Ready for a change of course? Discover a desert oasis studded with greens. Tee off into narrow canyons or go long on wide open fairways. With a storied golf history and a long list of courses designed by the greats of the game, your perfect golf getaway is right here in Tucson, Arizona. Find out more at visittucson.org/golf.
It's our sincerest hope that you're having a great Memorial Day weekend, everybody. And here as we close out the fourth quarter here, the final minute remaining in this one tonight in Phoenix. Arizona 63 and the Vegas Nighthawks 39. Meanwhile, there's quite a game going on in Tucson. The score there with a minute remaining in the fourth quarter, they're right at about the same point as Jorge Reyna takes a knee here. Downs the ball, and I don't think that Vegas is going to force them. I don't think they're going to spend any of their timeouts here in the final moment. The Rattlers are able to, they're going to be able to kneel the ball out for this one. Meanwhile, very close game with Bay Area in front of Tucson in a very close game going on just south of our location, everybody. By the way, the Indoor Football League has something new for you. It's terrific. You need to check it out. It's their version of the kind of the Red Zone channel thing, where on the IFL's YouTube channel, you get to get look-ins on all the scoring going on around the league at any given time. So go to the IFL's YouTube channel to check that out, and I think you're going to enjoy it as you see the final seconds of this one tick off the clock. Coach Guy talking to Mike Davis, the head coach of
It's the end of the game.
The head coach of Vegas, and an impressive win at home tonight, 63-39. Our final here at the Snake Pit. We'll talk to Coach Guy momentarily, everybody.
Go for it, Sandy.
Again, what a big win, and Dale milking that motivational speech for all you can.
Well, what else would you put it on, Floyd? These last 2 weeks have been absolutely dominant.
But do you do other stuff? Are you into the superstition stuff? In other words, have you changed your socks? Have you done, what's going on?
I just give my best talk, and I say, you guys run with it.
All right. Well, let's find out what Coach Guy has to say as his team comes away with a big win. Sandy?
Thanks, Floyd. Coach Drew Powell chasing history tonight. What did you see from his performance?
Yeah, I thought he played outstanding. I don't know what he wound up tonight, but I know at halftime he was like 10 of 11. How many rushing touchdowns did he have? I don't know. Did he pass it? I know he had one or two.
He tied it.
Oh, tied it. Okay. Well, we'll get it done. So, yeah, I thought the guys played great. I thought our defense played really well in the second half, and offense, we just kept the foot on the gas pedal. So, we got a lot to build on here. We got a big game next week. My understanding is Naz got beat tonight over in Duke City, so, they're going to be hungry next week after losing 2 in a row. So it's going to be a tough game. That's a tough building to win in.
Touch on the defensive line. Cecil Cherry, how has he helped elevate this defensive line?
They're playing great. Collapse in the pocket. We got good pressure up the middle. Both of them are young in this game, so they're learning, but we're going to keep building on what they're doing.
Coach, you touched on it for a hot second, but building off this momentum, back-to-back wins, first time this season, how do you build on that for next week?
I don't even know how to answer that question because it's probably the first time it's ever happened since we've been here. So, I guess, look, we got a chance to take control of this conference over the next few weeks, and we just got to take it one at a time, and we control our own destiny. And our guys are buying in. Their confidence is up. We're starting to play better, and we'll just keep working and keep building.
Thank you, Coach. And just FYI, Dell is still taking credit for these wins.
I didn't see him all week this week, so I don't.
There you go. I snuck it in.
She got a little bit in there. She tried to help you, Dale. That's for sure. Well, we missed our opportunity. We were looking for a chance to talk to Cecil Cherry, the new addition, one of the new additions on defense. What a great game that Cecil played on that side of the ball. Cecil Scary Cherry is what he's dubbed himself, right? He's asked us to use that as the nickname.
It's one thing to dub yourself that.
Yeah.
Okay. It's another thing to be given it.
Okay.
And then a third thing is to earn it. And my goodness, with the game tonight, what we saw last week, if he continues to play like this, there'll be more nicknames to come. But you'll just be able to say "scary" in on the play, and everybody will know who you're talking about.
Scary's there, yeah. Listen, he was second on the team in tackles tonight. 8 tackles in total, 4 solos, 4 assists tonight for Cecil Cherry. 2 quarterback sacks for him on that side of the ball. He set the tone, but we said a name a lot that we didn't say a lot last week: Devontae Merriweather. If you remember that or not, looking back, late in the game, I felt like we weren't making mention of Devontae a lot. It seems like I never even recalled saying his name until toward the end of the game against Northern Arizona, and that was a win. It was a good win. Okay, but tonight, Devontae Merriweather got his name mentioned a lot, and he comes up with 14 total tackles in this one here. 7 solo, 7 assists. What a night for the defense, and maybe Devontae needs a little more love as well.
Well, I think he needs some love, obviously. But I think what makes him better is the love-scary combination. I think it makes the entire defense much better, be fun to watch as this thing grows.
Yeah, those guys, how about what the help they gave to our man Dylan Winfrey, who comes up with an interception thanks to pressure tonight. Let's grab a timeout, and we'll continue to wrap it up from Phoenix, everybody. A big win for the Rattlers, 63-39 the final. We are back with our final thoughts in just a moment. Stand by.
The next pick of the draft, Bet Rivers selects Mark from Michigan.
This is a surprise. Well, sources tell me he's ready to go from same-game parlays to betting our new multi-game same-game parlay,
where you can combine more than one same-game parlay in the same bet for bigger payouts.
Exactly, Dan. He's a fan of daily odds boost and Bet
Rivers award-winning customer service.
How'd you know?
I got sources too, Jerome. Bet Rivers Sportsbook app and football. It's a whole new game.
Ready for a change of course? Discover a desert oasis studded with greens. Tee off into narrow canyons or go long on wide open fairways. With a storied golf history and a long list of courses designed by the greats of the game, your perfect golf getaway is right here in Tucson, Arizona. Find out more at visittucson.org/golf.
Friends. We will continue these efforts, but feel it's time to bring nutrition into the fold. Build Your Base is the perfect partner for this edition. For the past 5 years, the Build Your Base program has been educating and empowering youth, high school, and college athletes to leverage the power of nutrition to support good health and athletic performance. Build Your Base will help us include a nutrition-based message into our time with local youth. We'll hold game time events in multiple communities throughout the 2023 season. Events will feature players visiting with local youth to play, visit, and have fun, all while teaching them about food, exercise, and nutrition. In 2023, Look for game time events near you, as well as shared information about good health, good food, and good fun. Build Your Base will not just be the IFL's partner. Build Your Base will be our partner in our communities.
Microphone off.
We're back in, everybody. Pardon me on that. We're back in to wrap things up on our broadcast of Arizona Rattlers football. We just got a couple of moments here, Dale. 63-39 final score. The Rattlers win. Again, if you're Coach Guy and you're talking to your team and you're looking at the win that you just came up with here tonight, what are you taking from it, and what are you taking into next week against Northern Arizona?
Here's the way I always look at it. The successful head coaches that I know, they always want to be coaching something. Well, right, you look at tonight, you look at last night. And Kevin Guy pointed to the second half, the way the defense played last week was a little sloppy. Nobody believes that for a second. It was a blowout, and a blowout's a blowout. Tonight, another blowout. They concentrate a little bit better. But here's the one thing that he can hold up and say, this will stop us from winning a championship if we don't get our special teams right. And by that, I really just mean kickoff. And we saw it last week rear its ugly head. We saw it tonight a couple times. And so when you sit here and look at it, that's going to be a point of emphasis. Because, well, what are you going to say? Hey, we need to score 75 points. Hey, we need to hold them to 20. No, special teams will be the focal point.
All right, Dale, good point to make. The Rattlers will take on Northern Arizona next week at Northern Arizona, Prescott Valley. Get on up to Rattler Nation and support the team. The Rattlers come up with a big win tonight and a big game for Drew Pally. Ties the all-time rushing touchdown record for a career for the Arizona Rattlers. I want to thank our entire broadcast team as we remind you our next home broadcast is June 11th, 3:05 in the afternoon as they take on the Bay Area Panthers. Thank you to great guys on the team like our camera crew, Andre Stevens, Jim Hartman, Chris Peterson, our producer and technical director, Derek Simmons, our director, Bob Hammond. I believe I got everybody. For the entire crew, for Sandy Charles and my broadcast partner, Dale Hellestrae, Floyd Simmons, thank you for joining us. God bless you. Enjoy your Memorial Day weekend. We'll see you next time. More Arizona Rattlers football.